And we're live.
Cause it's 9 in the afternoon.
You already did this song.
Your eyes are
eyes
the
are the
size
size
of the moon. Oh shit.
You can, cause you do. Cause we're feeling so good, just the way that we do. Cause it's 9 in the afternoon. Guys, I panicked, and I chose 9 in the afternoon.
Still going?
No, I was done. That's all. Because really, that song is so repetitive. I'm looking at the lyrics right now. Shit.
And that's on volatility tonight. Thank you.
What the fuck? I didn't want to be friends.
How about you eat pavement?
A set of lyrics, I will say.
It's literally the same thing over and over again.
Go ahead and chew rocks.
Chew on rocks?
That
Sounds
sounds
like
Is that like kick rocks, but
better.
Somebody go grab rocks.
Kick them up like a hacky sack in your mouth and then bite really hard.
Okay.
Welcome to Bards of New York.
Hi. Welcome to a really weird
Whoa!
Was that on camera?
Yeah, you got it right in.
And you trying to catch it too. That's what's crazy.
It's on camera.
It's that clip at the end of the Matrix.
That was
See
good.
it.
Okay, all right. Hey, Meerkat, I don't know Scotty doesn't know, okay? I don't know.
He's just like,
So
I just know that TikTok, when they would slide down the wall a little bit, and then that was it.
James
Scotty doesn't know,
Woodruff.
Scotty doesn't know.
I'm already,
James Woodruff. Scotty Minshew, because he himself does not know.
yeah, I don't know. So, hello everybody, welcome to Bards of New York, the actual play D&D podcast, where we like to, as friends, come together and tell very appropriate.
Whoa.
We come together.
actual play because we rarely actually.
Ouch!
Nice. Okay, so
Shit hurted it.
here's what I'm gonna do. As always, we have some announcements to go over. And announcement number 1, it is Women's History Month. I hope last Wednesday y'all celebrated International Women's Day, that's an end of a sentence.
all women are women.
All women are women. Fuck turfs. And because of that, all women are women. Hannah, you get inspiration today. So there you go.
And that's
And
something
everybody,
inspirational
all
woman.
our wonderful people who identify as women in the chat, you get inspiration too. Go ahead and use it.
Go ahead and use it.
Go to your DM and tell them Woody gave you inspiration.
Yeah. Do that.
Your
Fuck
boss
up your home
says,
game.
Hey,
Do
we're
it.
gonna have to
Fuck
cut
up
your
your
pay.
home
You
game.
say, nah, I got inspiration.
Nah, I got inspiration.
We
Roll an
can
extra
let you
D6,
go.
bitch.
I don't think you're gonna
The
do
weirdos I watch on Twitch said I had inspiration, so I'm re-rolling this.
Fuck. Got me dead to right.
Got me. All right. So that's that. Also, I also just give a shout out to Hannah. This is off the cuff right here. If you guys have followed us on TikTok or have found us through TikTok, Hannah is our TikTok sorceress. And so I just want to shout out Hannah for making some wonderful TikToks, for spearheading that, and for making it grow into what it's kind of become. Where now we're like soft viral always now, which is kind of cool. You know?
Is that like a half chub?
It's 1 in 3.
Yeah, our TikTok account always has a half chub.
A semi.
And that's my time, actually.
And once again, you guys can
I
go.
think I'm punching
Thanks.
out.
What is soft viral?
Not erect.
And we're not
Sorry.
like millions of views.
We are
but it's like,
flaccid
you know.
viral.
It happens. It's 1 in 3. It's
Listen,
okay.
We're not doing this in
nothing to be ashamed
I have to be honest.
This isn't Hot Tub D&D. There was no way.
We'll
Yeah.
get there. We'll get
That's
there.
literally
Hot tub
viral.
time machine.
We have no more.
No,
shit.
and we're gone.
They
God
actually
damn it.
deleted all of our
Even us
podcasts.
watching it.
We don't exist anymore.
Honestly, we deserve it.
So just big shout out to Hannah and ups in chat, thumbs up in chat, for Hannah for being our TikTok sorceress. Now that is my announcements. Let's go over to John in the merch corner.
It's me. I'm in the corner, except on the middle of the table with mug. This is a mug. It says friend of the show.
Middle.
I can read, so you should get it. Look, here we go. I'm gonna turn it around.
Prove it.
I can read, so you should buy this.
Buy it if you think I can read.
You can read?
Buy it if you would like me to learn how to read.
It comes in multiple colors on our merch store, and it's Subway inspired. And you too can look as attractive as John does holding it.
Also,
If you want to look as attractive as John does and prove he can read,
Buy the mug.
go
John,
buy the
Buy the
mug.
mug.
Buy,
please.
buy,
John,
buy
if
the
you
mug
were Leah
now.
Michelle, no one would buy the mug.
Ooh.
Why? Because she
Because
can't
she
read?
can't
She
read.
said buy if you think I can read.
You know, I think she probably can read.
But no one thinks she can.
That was perhaps one of the funniest TikToks I've ever seen.
It was.
Like,
My favorite
excellent.
conspiracy.
It's like creeping up there.
Leah Michelle, if you're watching, first of all,
Hi.
impressive.
What?
Second of all, didn't know you like D&D.
Third of all, be better at being
better.
a person.
Yeah, be a better
What's-
person.
We have another mug.
There it
It's the
is.
friend of the show mug, but in a different style. It's by our friend at friend Polywax. He's done a fantasy version of the friend of the show. It's a camping mug, so if you can kind of hear it, I don't know if they can.
Ooh, I love that
It's
ASMR
super-
right there. That's great shit.
Super lightweight, and it holds
no, you
a
can
lot of
definitely
rum
hear it.
very well, which is definitely what's not in my mug right now.
No, not rum.
This is apple juice.
But if you support, if you want to
Barrel
support us and rep your Bard's Pride, buying from our merch store does help us out so that we can get shotgun mics or better cameras that don't hate us.
Everyone needs mugs. Everyone likes to drink stuff.
I will
You
say
a
a
mug.
barrel-aged apple cider sounds delightful.
Not cider. Juice.
Apple juice.
Yeah.
Barrel aged.
I was going for the unfiltered look, but okay.
Cool. I think it's
Call
over
me
to
slipping.
Danny Boy. Unless you want to test sound and I can do my other
No,
announcement.
that's over to Danny Boy. Oh.
Yeah.
What?
You want
Oh.
to do yours?
Yes. Sorry, I heard you in the future. In the past. Back. You said no. Back to the future. No. Another. If you've been on our Discord, which another plug for our Discord. If you're on Discord, we have a great Discord where we talk about many things.
Say it again.
From Discord, from pop culture things to TV to sports. Hold on. Get out of there. But. So.
Get out of there.
Are you keeping somebody in?
Always. His name is Lionel.
It's the hobbit that pilots Dan's body.
I am the living version of Racken.
Well, it's, have we seen like Men in Black or yeah, the one in the beginning of the conceit where it's the little guy in the guy's head. No, well that's a little later.
yes, I
But
do.
just like the little alien that's piloting the big person
Yeah.
inside it. That's there's a hobbit that lives in you that is piloting
I
you.
really
I have
don't
a
mean
rip
to.
and chat for that little guy because I always felt so bad.
He died hard.
I really don't mean to. I
died
really don't mean
very-
to diverge this conversation.
We've already derailed.
too-
Yeah.
But let me tell you something right now. Vincent D'Onofrio in that movie,
An exceptional
outstanding.
performance.
Exceptional. But
Did
him,
you?
but him becoming the thing and the arm coming out and grabbing his body to this day is very scary. Go ahead, John.
Did you know that he wore knee braces and ankle guards so that he couldn't move his legs in a superhumanoid fashion?
I love that. What a joy.
There's-
And now he hates Daredevil. Anyway,
He does?
Well, you'd think.
Basketball.
So yes, if you are interested in filling out a bracket for March Madness, which starts I think Thursday, even if you don't like basketball, it's literally you can just pick the team that has the cooler mascot. That's
You have
what
to
our.
think about it philosophically, right?
You have to think about like. Would the Miami Hurricanes win, or would the Duke Blue Devils win?
I think Boise State's gonna go all the way.
I would say Blue Devils.
Depends on who's harnessing the power of the hurricane, and that's
There you go. And
the
that's
Blue
how you
Devils
can
do
think about
harness
it.
the winds. Yes, that's for
People
sure.
that like D&D like a basketball and a hoop. Anyway,
What's
go on
your bracket name, Dan?
My bracket's name is Leo's Revenge.
Ask me what my bracket name is.
What is your bracket name?
I went off of vibes alone while I was in a meeting today, and my bracket's name is the winning bracket.
Oh, I thought you were going to say vibes alone.
No,
Um,
because I'm going to win.
we've had a
Is
few
yours,
people.
Lord LeBron James?
Yes, it
LeBron
is.
James.
Mine is Lord LeBron James.
We've had a few people come in. I think you can do it up until it starts, or even after it. I don't fucking know. But I think it starts Thursday. So do it. Join if you'd like to. It's very fun. And on the Discord, there is a March Madness little sub. What do you call that? Channel? Yeah, channel. Channel?
Sure.
Yeah.
Ah, yes, the arbiter of Discord. Yeah, that's fine.
Sure.
And
Sounds
on it,
good by
on it
me.
is a link that you can go into, and you can click on the link, and you can make a bracket and submit it, and you can win a car if you do really well on ESPN. If you do the
Oh.
best
You
on
didn't tell me that.
ESPN,
I
you win a
would've
car.
taken it more
Yeah.
seriously.
You can win a you can win like some car. Also win 10
You
grand. I
didn't say
think.
this last time we talked about
It says it on the thing when you fill it out.
Yeah,
Totally
there's like 2 different
will.
I didn't
switches.
plan to fill it out.
I
You didn't
appreciate
say that there was a
commitment to
card.
the
Well,
being
now you
out.
may want to fill it out.
Play with us because it's fun.
And it's fun.
Cool.
Great.
Thank you very much. Come join our Discord to do March Madness stuff. Even if you don't follow basketball like myself, it's still fun because friendship. Our last announcement
Ship of
before we
friends.
get to our sound check and our tarot card and roleplay warm up is that I am guesting and playing over with Clickety Clackety RTA, which I learned means roll to attackity.
Wait, you didn't?
Clickety
Didn't
clackety
know. I
roll
thought it
to
was
attack.
something else.
That's outstanding.
I thought it was like an RSS
It's a Michael
feed
Scott
or
song.
Burgeoning
something.
curse, yeah, it is.
Swiggity swooty coming
It's
for
a,
that
that's a
booty.
Seamus Finnegan spell.
I can only think of the little
Clickety
penguin.
clackety, roll to attackety.
So I am playing over
Commits
there with them every Sunday for the next month and a half. We're doing a Good Society RPG system, which is really fun. The first session was really fun. It's basically like I said last week, A Court of Thorns and Roses meets Shrek 2, and the first episode really did deliver on both of those. So if you like role play and like drama set in the Feywild, please come by. Everybody's lovely and super talented, and most of the time I'm just choking with laughter because they're all so goddamn funny. Event is in our Discord if you're curious. So again, come join our Discord. Now, without further ado,
Oh, if you podcast on Spotify, I uploaded the last week's episode as a video podcast.
It's kinda
So you know
hot.
That kind of works. So like if you don't, I don't know. We'll see. Let us know if you like it.
Looks cool to me, so.
Yeah.
It's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Pretty
so, like,
neat.
you don't have to watch it as a video. Like you
Kinda listen to it as a
It is a podcast until you open your phone and then it's playing if you want. So I don't know. Do it.
That's pretty neat.
That's pretty nice.
Where are you?
I'm so sorry.
all right, let's pull a tarot card.
I cannot sleep. I cannot dream tonight.
Can anybody show?
No, you can't.
I can hear me.
Wow.
Thank God.
I think it's Drew pulling tarot, is it not?
I think it is. Yeah, I think we're
I'm
going
pretty,
around in
I'm
the
pretty
circle.
certain.
No, that ass in the circle.
It was the chariot in our space battle last week. That seemed very fitting.
Let's see, Drew, what you are going to pull today.
Yeah.
Oh, so the fate wanted you to pull that card today.
Le Fool.
The Fool.
Oh, this one feels good. This one feels good. What is it?
Bim Bam
Fool.
shows up.
Fool is a classic. Fool is so dedicated to themselves and your own thoughts and ideas that you cannot see the forest for the trees. The fool is almost always depicted blindfolded and standing on the edge of a precipice, and whether they will walk off of it or be alerted by the creature beside them, we don't know.
Okay, who's gonna be the fool this round?
I think we as the crew are the fool.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, Will.
But of
Oh, and
course,
it's Sarah.
of course it is, right?
Oh.
Straddling her bow.
All right. So it's time for a roleplay warm-up question. In case you're new here, or it's been a while.
Casual liquid.
We do a
Filthy
roleplay warm-up
fucking
question
casual.
here on the stream, as well as sometimes on our TikTok and in our Discord. The questions usually are different, so feel free to join us all on all of those places, because I like to hear about your characters. We do this roleplay warm-up to test sound, so Dan's life is easier throughout the stream. The question for the day, feel free to answer for your characters, chat, or yourself. For your character, what do they complain about more than anything else? And think about like the little things, the little annoyances that are constantly happening. What is their complaint or their kind of percadillo, or however Moira Rose says it?
I'm sorry. What?
Percocet?
No, saying that, you look like Elvish Moira Rose with that wig on, though.
Thank you. We will be starting with Thinker and working our way around this way.
All right. So there's a number of things that I think sort of gets under Reknit's suit and then subsequent skin. Firstly, on a more social level, just lying in general, even if it's like a little like haha joke, is like, what the fuck? Why would you? What? That was what? So he has trouble with that. But more secondarily, just because he's a pretty chill guy most of the time. He's, doesn't. He's not a chill guy most of the time. No. You okay? You okay there? What's going on?
You're lost.
But yeah, I think mainly in terms of just like if people come into a space, mess around his stuff, he has his own little organizational system. It makes no sense, but it makes sense to him. And if someone messes it up, he's just going to be really passive aggressive about it. He's going to be like, "No, it's fine. It's fine. It goes anywhere. It didn't ruin my entire plan. I don't have to start again or anything. Fine." And he goes around.
So it's like when your room is a disaster area, but you know exactly where everything is.
There's no intention on his brain to ever clean it. It's not a disaster to him. He's like, yeah, this is great. Because he's like in a little lone mountain of his stuff. And he likes it that way. But when people, because it is kind of gross to walk in there if you don't know what's going on. So, yeah. That's what I'd say.
Great. Okay.
Yeah.
Kyle, for Ember, if we can hear your mic.
So, Ember's pet peeves. Where to begin?
Oh no.
I think the
Nothing
most
at all.
frustrating is. Am I still not plugged in? You're plugged in.
Stand by. This is why we do live sound check. Cool. Well, while we're fixing that, do you want to go?
I certainly can. We haven't really had an opportunity for this to be displayed a ton because Kallias hasn't really been the one doing the shopping. But you will have all heard for certain, especially after Kallias drinks any wine and or whiskey, Kallias gripes about money all the time. Kallias still doesn't super understand why we use gold, why we trade gems, and like why not trade the actual item for item. And specifically, they're getting very, very upset about the way things have been priced. Just in general. Why is this worth more than this? But you don't know how much this is worth to me, and it is being sold for cheap. This should be sold for way. How much is that again? Yes, way more than that. Just like the littlest things, and we'll be grumbling about it like a day later. Fully like in the middle of a different activity, then being reminded of how nonsensical gold seems. Huge issue.
Does Kallias have a better like idea if trading and bartering isn't an option? Is there a better idea?
Why isn't it an option?
No, just like as a hypothetical.
The hypothetical is it should always be an option.
Okay. But like, what if it is?
That's the problem.
Okay.
There is another issue there, right?
Okay.
I think that's the main gripe is that there shouldn't be anything else.
Okay.
Because trading goods and services works anywhere. We can trade for goods and services with Tyler Vale up in the ether just as well as we can trade for goods and services with I don't know, the Valtimeris in Nouveau. That works.
Kallias wants to exist in a constant state of doing a fetch quest.
Now putting
Or,
it like that
or what's
is
his face at the swap
probably-
meet? in the
Kallias
office?
loves the Dying Light video games.
More Death Stranding, right? I want to play Postman Simulator.
Or The Witcher 3. There's fetch quests for the fetch quests. For the fetch quests.
Yeah, I'm looking at you, Red Baron, or Bloody Baron.
That quest gets there.
It does. It does get. Once it gets there, it slaps. But
Long time. Yeah, that's Kallias.
Thank you very much.
Ember's biggest pet peeve are NPCs that think that they have power.
Is that
Why
is
do you
that
look at
Ember's
me?
or is that Kyle's pet peeve?
Yes.
How are we doing?
directly at me when you say it.
Do we need to switch the cord?
Can you just like yell into the mic?
Is the mic on?
Hey, everybody at home, take off your
No,
headphones.
switch on that mic.
Go up against.
I'm sorry, everybody at home.
Well, if they can't hear it.
Yeah, true.
No, it's not even on.
Going under. All right, Hannah, your turn.
Okay. I think Lilith would probably join in with the I don't understand money because she's never had to worry about it. But it's not necessarily like a gripe like Kallias. She just doesn't get why everybody else is so stressed about it because if we can't pay for it, she'll just steal it. So she doesn't understand. She has no sense of like what value is. You know, when old people are like, you don't understand the value of $1.
Oh, Dad?
Like, Lilith really doesn't
I
understand.
don't understand the value of it.
Absolutely.
Yep.
What is $1?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to ask.
So it probably if Lilith and Kallias are drunk together, it's probably cyclical, and they're on each other's team,
I'll
but
tell you
they're
this right now. There are about 600 unpaid bar tabs across everywhere we've been.
yes, yes. But Lilith, particularly on the ship, because we all are kind of in a dorm room situation down in the cabin with our rooms. Anybody who walks loudly on the floor when everybody's sleeping, like Bucket, or I'm assuming Leonidas, because Leonidas is kind of a big boy.
Come on now.
Come on now.
She hates it because she only gets 4 hours of sleep every night, but she wants those 4 hours to be very restful.
Oh, so like, Lilith has to be quiet. There's no like white noise.
Yeah.
It has to like okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
which is great now because if I'm away from this cursed dagger, I'm deaf. So I could
Wow,
just
that's
put
actually
it in
really-
another-
Leave the dagger like upstairs, and it's like,
Yeah, finally peace.
Listen.
So that is how Lilith. That's I think one of her biggest pet peeves.
Nice. Take 3.
all right, Kyle.
Third time's a charm.
Ember's least favorite thing is when his mic doesn't work. There was a time
When men will kind.
when he was a stage performer for a short time. It was only to work out a scheme to rob the Duke of that province.
Oh god, I forgot about all that.
It didn't work, but
But some of that still lingers.
yeah, like he sometimes got lost in the minutia of theater life.
Can't relate to that.
Okay, no one heard a thing you said.
Yeah, no one can hear anything you're saying.
Woods, why don't
Fourth
you do Written
time's the
Hask?
Yes, Rittenhask, it's really quite simple. It's more a recency bias. I asked earlier who, of the Nightmare Krew on the ship, who doesn't do their dishes? Which Hannah very quickly answered, Lilith. She's never had to do dishes before in her life. So, Rittenhask will very politely complain about doing the dishes, but in a way where it's like, no, it's fine, I got this.
Really like passive aggressive.
Yes, but it's not like very pointedly passive aggressive, but it is enough, you know? What?
Why does Rittenhask feel the need to do the dishes? If they weren't his.
Because he likes a clean space and hopes everybody else would keep a clean space as well.
Okay, that's fair.
Yes.
That's
And he knows after months now on the boat, he knows Lilith's habits. And it's more of not really a really big, it's a pet peeve, you know, it's like, oh, this is annoying, but you know what? Lilith brings a lot to the table, so it's okay. But really the only person who hears most of it is
Ryujin.
Ryujin.
Now, can I ask, has it changed any because Lilith did admit that she doesn't like Rittenhask cooking?
Oh, it definitely has. It's like, well, if you don't like my cooking and you don't fucking clean it up, I guess I won't get you any food, damn it. It's go and use paper plates.
On paper plates, who's yeeting their garbage out into void speed?
Oh, I'm so mad. I'm so mad about that. That's
I know
not-
someone's doing it.
That's not okay.
We're losing cutlery.
That's not cool.
Space littering.
Hi. I am a person sitting in this chair.
Great success!
Lift off.
Wow, we were.
So,
What
Yeah.
is Ember's? What does Ember complain about? Like the little things that bother.
but like it's so hard because it's so much.
So narrow it down. So like give us a sample, a slice of it.
Indecision in the group.
Funny.
That's all we do.
Yep.
So you hate us.
just to that point
just
where
annoyed.
to the point where it doesn't really matter. Like to him, it doesn't really matter what we do at that point, as long as we just start doing something.
Which is why we always never make a plan because we never can
Exactly.
decide anything.
Modern problems.
And then sometimes the way Rittenhask kind of pops up out of nowhere after remaining silent for like hours on end. He he just kind of like slowly starts like painting him out of the, not really focusing, and somebody's like, huh. It's kind of annoying.
He
Great.
fades into static.
Has Ryujin done theirs?
Finally.
All right, Ryujin and then Leonidas, and then we'll roll that bean footage.
We had our A1 and A2.
Thanks
working
for your
hard
patience with the
right there.
mics, fan.
What is this?
I don't know.
Nice. Go ahead.
Anyways, Ryujin's pet peeve, if you will, the peeve that is petted, is yeah, I don't like that.
How does he pet his peeve?
Yeah.
The ghost
with
of
his
Hogwarts
left
is
hand.
Bards After Dark.
His pet peeve is when Rittenhouse slaps his hand away when he tries to taste the food as he's cooking in the kitchen.
Ooh.
What? Okay, Ritten, what's the deal with that?
It's done when it's done. It's a very
Exactly.
delicate process, and I don't want anybody. What? Wreck?
I'm just confused because you've done that. Do you not? As it's going, you just like taste, see how it's going.
Yes, because you don't. Here's my thing. When a painter is creating a vista,
SEAL Team 6?
do you? Let me finish. Do you go and like, ooh, that doesn't really look like a tree?
We haven't even
Do
started
you
the
say that
episode.
to the painter?
Is he looking for something photorealistic? Is he going for like?
Here's
a
what I'll
realistic,
say:
yeah,
food
portrait?
and painting are different. Painting, it's a subjective thing.
All right.
Food,
I will be more open to you sticking your fingers into my stew.
Stop.
And once again, I'd like to ask for the record,
I think-
what did he say?
I think we should move on to Leonidas' answer.
Leonidas' answer is his pet peeve is when he takes a shit and he gets shit in his fur. All right, and here we go.
Oh, dang it!
DM's log. Void date 4.10-13. This is Woody Minshew, the DM for the Ballad of the Nightmare Krew. My crew has survived their most perilous battle to date. I cannot express how proud I am of all of them. In the face of adversity, they banded together and came out of the fray without a single casualty. Garr-Gal-Onn is now no more, but some of his mysteries still persist. The location of the New Life clan, his immense riches on the planet of Fyrene and what to do with them. Oh, and yes, the demigod of a primordial dragon that is consuming planets within the Void system. We will take a moment of silence to rest, but our work is far from finished. This is the Ballad of the Nightmare Krew. DM's log out.
All right, here we go. What's up, everybody?
Drew left after what Dan just said.
Look, I didn't.
not coming
Okay,
back.
so here's the thing.
coming
Whenever
back.
whenever Leonidas is taking a Tuesday,
Nope.
there's a lot that goes on
Nope.
via fur.
Nope.
I didn't know you were gonna come back to this.
I didn't.
You
I
did.
think
You
we
did
should
know
move
it.
on.
So,
You have the power.
as the camera pans back down,
What's going on with your face?
I had my glasses on.
Just ask people that.
You can't just ask what's going on with your face.
Do I have something on my face?
No, you're fine.
As our camera pans back
handsome
down,
on your face.
Your genius is showing.
You just gave me a chub. We find ourselves in the asteroid belt of the previous debris of Duma. In the center of this asteroid field, you see the now micro sun. If just thinking size-wise and how big a sun is, this is incredibly small.
Because I have an easy way to visualize the magnitude of a sun.
Right.
Oh, so
It's big.
Damn it.
As the heat of battle
Planetary?
is coming off of you,
I'm asking genuinely, is it planetarily sized? Like, how big are we?
it's like you're looking at the moon.
It's about the size
that's
of
a
the moon.
tiny sun.
Our moon.
Yeah, our moon. Duma was about the size of our moon. It was a very small planet.
Okay.
And if in case you're wondering,
Okay.
they would fit.
What?
Nope.
So, you
So,
know what? We're in industry.
Hey,
As the
thanks,
heat of
everybody, for
battle
watching Bards of New
is
York.
cooling from your bodies, from the ship, and the dust is settling around the broken asteroids around you and onto the ship itself of the once ruby great worm Garr-Gal-Onn. You then hear space.
The final frontier.
Just that
Inner space.
kind of slight hum of the envelope.
Or it's dad noise.
Honestly, that would be kind of funny if that's what space sounds
That's
like.
what space is.
That's
You get out
the
to
sound
space.
the astronauts don't ever report.
What if we get visited by sorry, the last tangent before I really seal Team Success.
ever
What if
fucking say
an aliens come and visit us and they speak exclusively in dad noises? And it's like, and you like every once in a while you'll hear a nice. Just a
Okay.
okay.
Anyways,
That's it. Okay.
I like how he didn't like it at all.
Back on track.
We've just cannoned this mofo. There's ruby sparkles
Yeah.
falling down on us.
As the bodily particles of Garr-Gal-Onn are settling like a new fallen ruby snow.
Are there any? Oh, never mind. I was gonna-
You
I
guys
swing my sword at Thinker.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. I see that.
said, "Fuck your
I see that. The ash is falling down the stairs. So as we finished up, I was right by the top of the stairs. So I turn around and I give my hand down the stairs and I say, "Ash, come on, you all right?"
And what'd you do on your attack?
31.
You hit.
I did.
Holy shit!
Are
That
you
is,
jealous?
as of right now, Shield of Faith is still active. That is my armor class. So
It beats it.
it beats it.
Beats
Fire away.
That's just about Tiamat's AC as well.
Roll terribly though.
So pat yourself on the back.
I'll be just fine.
You have the durability.
What's
to small
still,
comp.
what's still activated?
In case those who weren't here for last episode, Ember Ash had failed has the Eye of Vecna, the Hand of Vecna, cast a spell through it and failed, and so it had to do an evil act. And the evil act is attacking the nearest ally to him. The battle ended before it was Ash's turn, so now we're resolving it.
22 points of damage.
Oh, ouchie.
Are you a dragon?
Not as far as I'm aware.
Okay,
No,
cool.
you're not a
So you
dragon.
avoided
Okay.
extra damage.
Phew. Whoa.
As you feel the blade, this dragon-slaying blade, get shook up into your torso, and like cut into your body a little bit. You look up and you see just the black eyes of Ash. No color, just a void.
I jumped down.
And almost like this like swirling dust coming out of its eye sockets.
You are going to take 10 points of cold damage as you're hitting the fire shield that was active.
Y'all, we gotta be careful. We're gonna kill Ember.
Yeah, you're taking 10 points of cold damage there.
Now?
Good thing I had temporary hit points.
Leonidas sees this, jumps down the stairs, lands, goes over to Ash. Jesus. Ash.
As you're doing
Show
this,
them
I'm assuming it's sort of free action. I am gonna try, first of all, seeing that the black eyes, I'm gonna cast Dispel Magic. I'm just gonna put my hand, as you hit me, hand on chest, Dispel Magic.
It's cast, and very soon the eyes, except for the now kind of reverse eye of what Ash has with the, or the more.
It's just completely golden.
Yeah, the completely golden eye.
Instead of just the like, I mean, cats have large ass pupil or irises, but instead of like white being on the edges of it,
it's just all
or
gold.
like that kind of like the shit that you see in eyes, like the little ridges and stuff. It's like a, it's like a golden smooth.
Yeah. Your Ash's eyes return to how you knew them prior, and Ash, you find yourself like almost like brought back, like you're out of it.
Are you all right? Hey. Hey.
I'm sorry.
What the fuck? It's all right.
I take the sword out.
Carefully.
It's fine. I sort of, wherever Lilith is at the moment, I sort of glance in that general direction. I understand.
I look. We've never seen the eye and the hand on their body, correct?
Yes, you have.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah, very much so.
What?
You were there when
We
he put them
talked
on.
about
What?
it.
But you just put on the hand, right?
No.
Like a considerable amount of
We
time.
put it on like during the week
Remember we
we
talked
were
about
traveling to fight.
Yeah.
Asked us if he should or not.
All right, never mind.
Just while this is going on, as sort of the moment that Garr-Gal-Onn dies, are they starting to break apart, sort of disintegrate almost?
They have exploded, and like it was like.
Are there any sort of central core pieces that I can see? Bits that look like they are either thrumming with vestiges of power, or were at the center of a part of their crystalline matrix, something foundational?
No.
I loot the
It
body.
is completely dust.
Is the dust specific?
Is there dust on the
like-
ship?
Yeah. Oh, it's falling like snow. Within the air envelope, it's just settling.
All right, bet.
Let's catch some.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Nobody breathe.
Yes.
Can I grab a soul coin? Or is it too late for that?
It's
It just happened.
It would have just happened. So yeah, you can.
And you fired away, so.
As you grab this soul coin, you kind of hums like, and like the golden kind of like I feel like your soul coins kind of look like almost like a fetid copper, like really has like kind of a greenish gold tones, but also like brassy tones in it,
What does fetid mean?
like old and like kind of gross looking. But it turns into this like deep crimson. And it has that kind of like metallic sheen to it, but it like has this, it's like rose gold but redder.
As I'm now sort of having just flown out briefly to check on the remains of Garr-Gal-Onn, flying back down, seeing presumably the resolution of this action. Is everyone all right down there?
Are you?
Yeah, Ember, are you?
Yes.
Fuck me, Ash, Jesus.
Did you all see that? This cannon is amazing.
It does pack something of a punch. We should do something. No, we're just sort of sitting here and we could see the creature across the way.
What creature?
The Nithog.
Can we see the Mythog right now?
It's like looking into the sun. But if y'all do that for a moment, there's a moment where you maybe see a shadow pass over it.
Should we take a quick rest?
We certainly shouldn't stay here to do that.
Okay.
Let's fucking.
Where's Tyler Vale?
We might want to even go back to the Dragon Planet.
Let's find Tylo Vale. Where is he in our other ship?
I assume
They're sitting pretty. Maybe we can rest there.
that.
Can we need to get Lilith is at the top of the deck yelling down at everyone because she's been up by the cannon. We need to find where they are because we need to get Hora
Not during women's.
Tell us how you really feel.
Hora and Q.
Hora and Q.
I said it
Cora
last week.
Yeah,
and
you did the
Q.
same thing last week.
Exact thing last week. So that's what's really funny.
I'm gonna go down back into the navigational quarters, and next to the book plinth, I'm gonna take out the scrying orb and use a second use of its daily scry to scry upon the abyssal void, the aberrant void.
Well, the
Aberrant Void?
To see if I can look at the locale where the ship actually is.
Yeah, you see it. It is docked at this kind of floating manse above the planet.
A planet.
Yeah.
Recognizable planet.
You recognize it to be Fyrene.
We used the ship's communication to communicate with Tylerville last time. Can we do the same thing?
Yeah, you could hail. Since you have met the ship before, you can. Nergron kind of like opens up their mouth and like the eyes light up, and it's you have a connection, and you hear, "Well, the Nightmare Krew. Didn't think I'd be hearing from you guys.
Well,
And why is that?
Well, I have, in my many years of life, I've never seen somebody face down Garr-Gal-Onn and live. You guys are pretty cool."
Garr-Gal-Onn is dead. Where are you?
Oh, your friends and all those wonderful little goblinoids, they're here in my manse, just floating and orbiting the planet of Fyrene. Feel free to come on in. I'll throw you a big party.
I assume they are unharmed.
Oh, of course. They've been treated with the utmost kindness and sincerity.
And the planet itself, what should we expect upon arrival? Has word reached? How could it have, really?
Well, I mean,
Has anything changed with the passing of its...
I guess that you've defeated him maybe a couple minutes ago.
Should we bring a sword?
Tell him to give us back.
Yes.
Just give him
Yes.
back to us, and he won't meet the same fate as Garr-Gal-Onn.
That's a fair enough point. Well, I think I
don't
might
think
be able
I
to bargain with them anyway.
I don't think
I
we should
think we-
continue to be.
He took care of our friends.
You're better at doing this than I am.
I mean, if it comes to it, we can perhaps
It seems as though
push them in the right direction, urge them in the right direction, but I feel like they are well urgeable as it is.
Why did
I
you?
understand. I think Tylerville's loyalties didn't really lie with Garr-Gal-Onn.
With anyone.
It was with himself, and so I think we can definitely bargain.
Okay, so option or not option. Point one, go get Cora and Hugh.
And a bunch of goblins.
Little people.
And the goblins.
And make sure they make it to
New World this time.
New Bones.
Then, what do? We still have to find your clan. What if we went back to where Garr-Gal-Onn kept all those items and see if we can get any more of them?
I don't think that is a smart idea.
Why not?
Because we'll didn't I feel as if some of us have lost things because of the items. That we
What are you
have.
talking about?
Not even the items for me are what I care about. I'm more interested in going to his quarters, seeing what information he has,
I
stuff he kept private.
Might need
There
to
are pieces of his
also-
lair that we did not explore.
There are also goblins there that we left behind.
Right.
A
But
revolution.
I'm saying that I know for me personally, if one could take the amount of life that has in the blood that you have and put it to a number, I've lost 40 of that number. Because of, I don't know.
But
I myself
But
lost
of-
20 of that number. For
of
no
that
reason.
number, what percentage of your overall number was that?
It was.
It was
All-
it was
guys-
it was 15%. but
All
it's
that
okay.
matters. We don't have to
So,
do that.
Nightmare Krew, I'm still here.
Oh,
Right. You said you were gonna throw us a party.
I could have a nice banquet ready for you and your friends when you get here.
What's
Is
that
this
a
because
banquet?
you have all those flowers for the wedding already purchased?
Well, let's just say I was hedging my bets and had the flowers purchased before you didn't agree to plan the wedding for me.
It was
So,
gonna take a couple weeks. What do you mean?
Flowers take time.
Speaking of taking a couple of weeks, I don't believe we have a couple of weeks either. We should go back, regroup, and see if we can't find a solution to the creature currently eating a planet.
I know we don't have
With
a couple of
experience.
weeks.
Fyrene's
We do
the best
have
place
time.
right now.
We do have time to take a rest and eat.
Absolutely, we do.
So let's go and do that.
Yes.
Okay, let's go to Fyrene, let's get Cora and Hugh, and then let's...
Let's do it.
When you
That's
say
not-
banquet, you mean banquet? You mean like a real banquet?
I mean, the best that I can do for you.
You were
take
planning a
the-
wedding. Was this food for the wedding as well?
No, I mean,
What? Who's getting
some
that?
of it is some that I was
Do you have
sampling
small-
from some of the
small
chefs.
plates?
Little bites on sticks.
Kallias,
I like little bites on
you
sticks.
you were just speaking of expedience, and
But
now
we
you're-
have to eat tonight anyway. I might as well eat little things on sticks as opposed to rations.
hors d'oeuvres. Yes, I'm
don't
familiar.
think
But
they're-
Is that what
Nergron,
they're called?
I
Nergron,
think so.
please chart a course for Fyrene.
Yar. Alright.
Thank you.
Yeah, wait,
Ash, is there
who's
some
wedding?
rush? Do you need to be somewhere?
Brother, we went
No,
over
I
there.
just
Oh, maybe you weren't here.
I don't think I was here.
we can talk about things.
It was
But if
Garr-Gal-Onn's.
let's
just sitting still.
let's move.
All right, Nergron brings the ship out of the orbit of the asteroids and brings you soon into void speed, and you will soon arrive to Fyrene in about 12 hours.
Yeah, we can take it now.
Oh, let's take it on
I
rest.
give a high five to Tempest and Vespa because
So-
you guys are legends.
Sorry,
Yeah.
for my brain. This haste potion gave me a level of exhaustion. Did we decide that? No,
No,
it did.
that's
It doesn't do that, yeah.
And what the fuck? Anyway, doesn't matter. And we
You
lose.
rolled
you
like
lose-
10 natural 20s last
I'm
time.
just saying, if we're taking a short rest, long rest, then it gets rid of what that was, but it does another thing. And also, we lose. What's your character's name?
Your shield face already gone by now.
Okay, great.
It only lasted 10 minutes.
So then I got
No,
my-
minute.
Great.
That was +2, right?
Yeah.
Plus 2.
I heard Kallias yell that, is everyone okay? As we're like all rest and are getting ready to
Yeah, I
rest.
couldn't really see what was going on for the most
Yeah,
part.
Thinker, why do you have a hole in you? Where'd the sword?
Uh,
It looks like you got stabbed by a sword.
Yep.
Who was using swords? on the boat?
Garr-Gal-Onn was using a sword, stabbed me right through.
I
it.
am going to need the fastest.
No. I automatically say, no, Ash stabbed him.
What?
Ash stabbed him.
It was a 10.
Does it have to do with that creepy
Oh no,
thing you
sorry,
attached
sorry.
to yourself, Ash?
Yes.
Literally, nat 20.
Sorry,
Literally
sorry,
nat
sorry.
20 on the
Number one of the day.
inside check.
Says the man who says he doesn't like lying.
That's the first nat 20 I've rolled in a minute.
Yes, I was compelled by the hand to commit an evil act, and thankfully, or I thought thankfully, the closest of our friends was someone I did not believe I could hit. So I tried to steer it that direction. I am sorry, Reknet.
It's
But
all
you're
right.
not dead,
It's fine.
and you're under control now.
Yes.
So everything's fine.
I don't know if it was
I don't know if anything's
fate
fine.
or anything,
Well, we
but
figure things out as we go along anyway.
I
so.
used a spell and it seemed to help. So I don't know if that could be used in the future again, but it might have been coincidence. But we've all done things that
Ash,
weren't
it does
exactly
seem
helpful.
like- Ash, do you feel like you had any sort of control over what you were doing there?
Just now, no.
Outstanding. All right, here we go.
I mean, we don't have to rehash. I guess you weren't with us because Pants also had an issue and Thinker
I
got
did punch
possessed
Lilith.
and punched me in the face. But
It was a good punch too. It's
I
kinda
mean, we've
scary.
all been possessed.
Appreciate it.
You stabbed Kallias. I
lot.
stabbed
You
you.
ki- like,
Thinker punched
killed
me.
somebody.
You were
Yes, but
I was a
Changeling.
changeling once.
but
remember?
but the reason, if I'm not mistaken, the reason that Ash is because of the eye and the hand on your hand in your eye.
Bars.
Not wrong?
Usually it's just the
Correct.
indigestion, but I think this time you might be right. I
Well-
get irritable along with my bowels.
But remember what we said.
But that's what the rations
I don't. What did we
bad,
say?
but they stopped that.
they stop everything.
They
Stop everything.
do.
We told him in doing this, whatever the consequences, he wasn't alone in figuring it out. So
Right, but what if he starts trying to kill us?
Well,
What
then
if
we
it's
deal
not?
with it.
we'll deal with it.
What
We're
is
not
deal with-
easily killed?
But what does deal with it mean?
Restraints. We'll restrain. We'll try to figure out how to quell whatever it is. We're a group of people who work together and figure things out as it goes along.
I'm sure Ash
Too
would.
much planning ahead is not helpful for the Nightmare Krew. apparently.
I just think
I'm sure Ash wouldn't mind being tied up, bound
We
and
have a
gagged.
timeout space now too.
We do.
What?
Yes, I was very impressed with where you were
Oh
going.
no, not that. That's just a box. This is we can send somebody to a. As long as I'm reading the book correctly, while we're standing on the ship, we have access to a little pocket in reality that we can just throw things in.
What?
The book, it's described in the script as a demiplane.
Are you talking about above table? You're talking about kick the leg?
I'm talking about
The spell.
the spell demiplane
Demiplane.
that we now have access to.
It's okay. I mean, of all the people to attack,
I'm
It's
okay.
fine.
Choice. So.
I don't think
Yeah.
the worst case scenario is yet to happen, and I
No
don't think it will
consequence.
happen.
There are spells.
I think
in,
it will.
And
But-
if it does, we've taken care of worse.
I'm just saying there might be a moment when we are not able to control, Ash, your movement, and you have no control of it either, and you are being controlled by your hand and your eye.
I'm starting to feel it right now.
You know,
Oh.
we just
right there.
defeated a space
Right
dragon.
there. Oh no.
I think we can handle an eyeball and a hand.
I think we can as well.
No,
Ash?
that was just the gas.
Ash may have a case of IBS. But we know that we haven't had it before. Irritable battery syndrome.
Okay.
I'm even more lost than I was before.
I don't understand.
I was trying to make a joke, damn it.
I'm going to
What about
go
what?
take a nap.
Yes, I have some reading to do, I think. I'd really rather not be unprepared when we run headlong into arguably a myth. I'd rather know what was going on. I have something to ask of you as well. There might be a way we can prepare ourselves even better for facing this, but I'm not sure how it would work.
Certainly. We got. If we're arriving in 12 hours, I got 4 hours of playtime, and then I have to go to bed.
If we had an option that doesn't require us to...
Get out.
out of here.
Get
out of here.
Wait a minute. It was like a delayed response. It's like if somebody claps their hands way far away from you and you see the clap but hear it way later. I heard what you just said way later. Why? Why?
I got you for 4 hours.
4 hours of bleak time.
He's turned to Macho Man Randy Savage.
That's who he is.
That's who it is.
Yes, so it is.
Damn it.
I'll take that as a compliment. I'm sequestering myself to read the book.
What do you want from me?
That's a conversation for a little later.
Fine, I'm gonna go take a nap.
Do you need help reading?
Not for now.
Classic.
I might. There's a piece that I haven't been able to fully translate yet. Once I translate it, or if I can't translate it, I might need a second pair of eyes.
Let me
I
know.
can't read Draconic, so I'm useless.
I can.
I can.
Look, you can.
I
look
choose
with your
not to
special eye.
read, though.
You can read.
Look with your special eye.
I have elected to learn not to read.
Okay, so
It keeps me sharp.
Who is going Betty Bye?
I'll take a nap.
Hang on.
I'll take a nap until
I
I'm.
will.
We have a
But-
long. We have a long rest.
You
right?
have 12 hours
We have
until you
12
get.
hours, so we only need 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, whenever you're ready to.
I'm spending 4 to read right now, and after about 3 of those hours, I'll probably pull you aside.
Sure, I'll sleep 3 hours and then sleep for some more later.
I go to the stern of the boat, like on the top deck, and kind of just sit and watch the like trails of void speed, and I don't sleep.
Yeah. You watch the wake kind of. It's this astral wake that gets created in these beautiful swirls of the astral dust as you're flying through void space. And it's beautiful. Yeah.
I'd like to, if I have the moment, pull aside.
Can I pull you for a chat?
No. I'd like to
Do
pull.
you mind if I
borrow him for
I'd like to pull aside
Go to the fire pit.
Lilith and
Ryujin.
Ryujin.
Do you smell burning toast?
Feeling like a fucking mug.
No.
Let's
You're
go
gonna
to the
mug me
fire
off,
pit.
mate.
You'll mug
Let's
me
go
off.
sit in the snug and let's go
I
chat.
pull across the two of you.
You want to sit in a hammock?
Let's go up to the terrace.
Wait, I gotta get my water
Remember the
bottle.
little?
Do I remember?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for knowing what that is. Wow. I pull you two aside, across.
The band?
Where?
I don't fucking know anywhere.
Going on a
A
journey.
secret's place.
A secret.
You guys
hideout.
get up to the stern, you see Ember just kind of voiding out the bag. You're like,
We go. Is there like a public bathroom here?
There's only one
Public
bathroom
bathroom.
on the
Why
ship.
only
We've
one
talked about
bathroom?
this.
And why would we meet in the one singular bathroom?
Why
on
do
the
we
ship?
have only one bathroom on the ship?
Canonically,
Because
that's
it's not the most important thing.
We have two bathrooms
Yeah,
here.
I started speaking, then I remembered it was wrong.
we have one.
We have one public bathroom.
you can also shit off the side of the ship.
That's
you're
going
an
into void
animal-
space, and do you know what that does? Different iterations get my poop.
It's going into the gravity envelope pocket, is what it's going into.
And it's being obliterated.
SEAL Team 6.
What if there was a third option?
I mean, we're
Aye.
not off the
Welcome to Read
rails.
Words
We're
Seminar.
talking
No, we're
canonically.
just talking about where we go. Anyway,
Tell
we
me.
go to the public bathroom.
What's up, Leonidas?
I veto that. I say we go to any quarter.
Any
Let's
quarter.
go-
We go to my quarter.
Okay, we sit on the bed, crisscross applesauce.
Slumber Barney.
What's up,
Yara and
Leonidas?
Keeper are there with you guys.
Hey, hello, my love and daughter. I'm alive.
We could have gone to any other room.
Isn't that great?
Come here.
You're going a very absent father very quickly.
I'm alive. Get
Let me
better
tell you the
tomorrow.
next thing I'm about to say.
Give me some space.
The next thing I'm about to say, you two can hear. Did you two see what just happened?
With what? You're gonna have to be more specific.
Fair. The cat-like creature. That's not me.
Oh,
So, Amber.
Ash. Right.
right.
Right. Did you see what just happened?
I saw it.
You did.
Yeah.
How do you
I was-
feel?
Well, I told you I
It's like Dr. Phil.
So tell me, how do you feel?
how do you feel?
How do you feel?
You are the father.
That's not the same
that's-
show,
that's-
unfortunately.
Wait, what? No, that's Dr. Phil.
No,
No,
I've
that's
That's
seen.
Maury. That's
You
Maury
have
Povich.
seen-
Maury
videos
Povich,
of
or-
Dr. Phil
You were wrong.
saying you're the father. I'll pull him up
Probably.
right now.
There's
I'll pull it up right
Get
now.
back on the rails, Dan.
it's
Back
Maury.
on the rails.
I'll
Come
pull
on.
it up right now. I'll pull it up right now.
He's
You can either
God.
role play or you can. Or
Please,
Fine,
fuck
fine.
God.
So, I saw it. My thoughts are. I mean, we all toy with different things with powers that we don't fully understand. So there's bound to be mishaps. There's bound to be mistakes. But it takes learning and using it to understand it. So I can see where it might be concerning. That control might be taken, but also I think it just takes time. And I trust everyone here.
I'd just like to say some words. I just think that sometimes we underestimate the things in which we put ourselves into, such as Ash decided to put a hand on his hand and an eye in his eye. And now I feel as if none of us have ever done anything of that caliber, and so
But he asked us, and we all agreed that he was okay to do it.
I don't think it's a question of not believing or agreeing that we've done what we have or what we haven't and we've done. But I think we might have. It might be a case that at some point. Hold on. It might be a case that at some point. This is gonna be too overwhelming. I don't know what's inside of Ash, but that doesn't seem good. Someone's here.
Vecna says,
Who's
hello.
getting a snack?
No, I think it's a package. Ooh, that might be
Kaj.
mine.
the oops. OPS.
For those of you that don't know, we live in New York City.
He's finally found us. We've been slandering.
It's actually, funny enough, our new member of the Bards of New York. It's the UPS guy.
It's an Amazon package.
Oh, it's Bezos. I'm like, what?
Jeff Bezos coming to play. I just.
Hey, everybody at home.
I'm sorry.
Where did we go there?
What happened?
Where did
What
we go?
happened?
It is this. I don't. This is. I'm surprised by this, which that's weird.
What
Is the
happened?
weird
That
about.
is the real.
What
Yeah.
happened
When he's
there?
surprised, you know there's an issue.
I think I saw inside your soul there.
But basically, the definition of what we just saw was how people first experience religion.
Jesus Christ.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, him. That guy.
Anyways,
It's
They've never been seen in the
I
same
just,
room.
I agree.
children.
I agree with
yeah.
you that I think that we as a
Here.
Hello?
Here.
not them coming all the way up the stairs.
On the stairs?
what?
I'm.
So
Yo,
everyone at home understands.
was it for me? Who is it for? Is
The
it for me?
Amazon, the Amazon delivery drivers never bring it home.
They
live-
bring her.
That's
we
four
live
fucking
in a
We
floors.
live on the
floor
fourth
walk-up.
floor.
Dude, give that man a raise.
A
Literally.
fourth floor walk up
He
and
won't
that
be
man.
getting one.
Yeah, I wanted a tip.
Dan, what did you get
What
that
did I
deemed
want?
this to happen? I'm sorry, we're pausing.
Yeah,
we're not
yeah,
playing a lot of
actually,
D&D
yeah,
today.
Let's take a quick moment, a little
Yeah.
pit stop for what's in the package.
Shoelaces.
Oh my
Shoelaces,
fucking
yeah.
god.
We derailed the stream for shoelaces.
I've been looking for these.
Oh,
Is that it?
fucking
Is that the
God, that's
only thing in the
package?
Well, I think I ordered a couple things, but the other one hasn't come yet. I needed.
It takes considerable courage to
Oh,
go on
these
Amazon and
aren't
be like,
gonna
I'm
work.
buying one thing and one thing only. A dinky pack of shoelaces.
I don't
You'll
think
be sending
these
that
are-
to me post haste.
It's that Kiwi brand, isn't it?
All right.
It sure is.
Leonidas,
shit's
you
not
were
right.
saying.
Yeah, Leonidas.
As you were.
You see a little like sprite come in and be like
Leonidas,
on the door. And it's like,
Leonidas, your shoelaces.
Your leather strips.
Oh, Yara, did you get my size 18 shoes?
Phanazom.
My
Oh,
size
yes.
26.
26
plot
shoes. 26.
Okay, what were you saying, Leonidas?
So
You
you're worried.
understand what I'm saying? But
Oh,
you're
I'm,
worried.
I'm extremely worried. I understand what you're saying, and I think that I think it at the end of the day, if we have to, clap a cheek, we gotta do that. But, gosh, come
Whose cheeks are you clapping?
well,
I mean, we already
and
know.
I look at Yara, but
I talk.
that's true.
I figured.
But I get in there sometimes.
Oh, you do?
Okay, that's not the conversation we're having.
Here, remember.
And Keepa is here.
Keepa has heard us do all kinds. You think this bunk bed is here for a reason?
Not that you.
I'm sorry.
All right, I have no idea what's going on. Could we move on, please?
My question, Keepa, do you want to move into the room that Tempest and Vesper stay in?
So you're worried.
No, it's a nice Goldspear.
All right, everyone, let's get back on track. So you're worried that Ember's bitten off more than they can chew.
Correct. Very much so. I just think that when your eyes go black and you stab one of the people, look, when I stabbed Kallias, I think it was because someone took over me. Who else stabbed someone?
I stabbed you.
When you stabbed me, why'd you stab me?
Christopher took over.
Who's Christopher?
Bruh.
Leonidas has never heard of Christopher.
Yes, you have.
You
What?
have.
We have all sat and
It's been
smoked
2
weed
years.
It's a bad
and
day
talked
for
about
Dan. It's a bad
Christopher.
day for Dan.
Anyway, so you're just worried, but we've talked about this. We've talked about that there's a risk, and I understand that Ember is a bit
It felt different.
edgy and is quicker to take that risk.
Sometimes I'm not the best emotions, but
As much as in this time in my life right now, that I feel a slight resentment toward Ash for going and leaving. I trust Ash. I trust that Ash always, most usually, makes the right decision, and also does things, yes, a lot for themselves, but for the whole of us. Ash has been a very vital part of this group, and I think that we need to have faith in each other. And if we don't, then we find ourselves in these situations. But I understand we do need to have our reservations. We need to make sure we protect ourselves, but having faith in each other can also make sure that we protect each other. And if anything goes wrong, we all can handle it together.
I just think an open conversation about what would need to be done if because we're playing hot potato here about who's stabbing who because of who's inside of who.
We're gonna move on from that.
Yeah, that statement was interesting, but I understand what you mean.
Kallias mentioned that the ship has a magical pocket dimension. Forgive me for not understanding the magic to it.
I don't
But if anything breaks bad, not just with Ember, but I've decided to take on this cursed item. Who knows what happens? You can always put whoever is possessed in there, and then we'll deal with it.
I just worry that one day we'll get to a point where where each of us are cursed, and one of us doesn't. I don't know.
And someday we'll be stronger than any curses that could have bound us.
The
so
thing that's
it's-
going to happen, and I'm going to lose my fur, is that what happens the day that one of us is cursed and one of us stabs my daughter?
Like it could.
I mean, she has been killed before.
Yeah.
She has.
Yeah, that's true. I was killed. I was dead.
And
7 years
What's
old.
your? I understand your concerns, but do you have a solution?
Yeah.
Because we're all concerned about all of this. But
We talk to Ash and we say, "Do you think this hand and I are worth your
reset. Try again.
Am
I
I
don't-
forgetting that we did have
Yes.
this conversation?
We did.
The conversation was had.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean Leonidas.
I understand.
You were there.
Leonidas needs a little bit
Nobody was there.
more chats. with it.
Sometimes I need
More-
some more chats.
Leonidas does
He's
sometimes
worried
really
as a father.
convincing, Yeah.
Okay.
especially as a fresh new
That's
father
my honor you're slandering.
for a second child.
I got you. I got
Fine.
you.
You know what? Never mind.
No,
we're great.
no.
We're great.
No,
we're
I
great.
understand.
We're great. No, it's great.
No,
It's
I
great.
think
It's great.
Leonidas, I thank you for talking to us about your concerns. I think they are warranted.
And
But-
It does- I will
in
say,
the back
if
of our minds,
my-
we
my-
all have the same
My
concerns.
concerns might be warranted, but it doesn't feel like it from the rest of the group. I
No,
will
I'm
just say.
I'm trying to explain to you that I think we all have the same concerns. I think we all show our feelings on the situation a little differently. We all have a slight different opinion, and that's okay. That's what makes us different people. That's what brings this team together. That's what makes this team so great, because we all bring something different, a different way of thinking, a different way of being, a different way of doing things to the table. So I understand, and I get where you're coming from, and I understand your concern, and of course, you're here with your wife and your daughter, so I can understand where you're a little more reserved about certain things. But I ask you to have a little bit more faith in you, in us, and in Ash.
Oh, I have
And,
little-
and
I have
understand that we find ourselves in situations where we feel that we can't achieve what we think we can, and we end up achieving what we didn't think we could. So I think we always find a way. And I know that's not very comforting to hear, because it's not as direct plan right now, but just know that you're not alone, and no matter what, we'll all figure it out.
I just think that next time that happens, I might throw him off the boat.
Okay, two things. One, three things. Agree with you. I think you're correct. Two, I don't think it's healthy for us to deal in maybes and what ifs. Aye.
Fine.
And three, imagine that the tables were turned and you took this on in an effort to help your friends, help the universe, help the galaxy, whatever.
But like when he was resurrected and uncontrollable.
Aye.
Oh, wow.
Exactly.
Thinker, are you here?
The pixie came back.
Oh, great.
Then it's like, wow, Nergron's like,
Would you
Sorry,
want?
that's some creaky wood.
Would you want
It's a very
people
verbal
who you
draft.
have put your trust in, who you have exposed some of your most vulnerable
Sometimes
parts
my
to?
roots have
Would you not want
opinions.
them to grant you grace, and to understand that you're
I'd want
trying
you to,
your best?
I'd want you to add a point if it continued to talk to me.
Hey, it's not at that point yet, though.
It isn't.
Do you think it's at that point?
One
Yes.
mistake has happened. We've all made at least one mistake and hurt one another.
I think
And
we
we're all
knew
still here,
that
fine.
that mistake was going to happen, and then it happened. So it is at that point, in my
I don't
opinion.
think we knew exactly what was going to happen.
But we
and
knew
it
that
was-
something would happen.
And exactly, and it wasn't the worst case scenario.
I mean,
I don't think anything as bad as could have happened could have. And now that we know what we saw could happen, we can prepare a little bit more.
look, what I'm saying is that I'm at the end for me, myself, for you, for everyone in this group, for my child, for my future child, for my wife. I am at the end of my rope.
Your future child?
Yara's pregnant. I told all of you that. We're talking about things that we told each other. I told all of you that.
You just came in and said, "Never mind. I want to be resurrected."
Oh yeah,
and
she's
that was
she's
it.
pregnant.
It wasn't the way I wanted to tell everybody, but
I
Well,
understand where this is all coming from
I
now.
see.
Okay.
if I can pop in, because it seems like a lot of this is revolving around me in Keepa. And Keepa, if you wish to pipe in as well, feel free.
He says to himself.
He says to himself, "Oh no."
We'll let you keep having conversation with yourself.
My love,
Yeah.
we have been traveling the ages for
Ages.
half a year now. Yeah, I mean like the iterations. I was trying to be poetic.
No. Driving the ages for ages.
Yes, for yes. But there's a point where you choose the people you're with, and as much as danger as Ash has put us through, so has everybody else. No, please, my love. I've put us through danger. Keepa. And Keepa's like, yeah, I fucked shit up.
Hey.
He's like, let her speak.
You told this girl about sex, but she can't cuss.
No, there's a difference. You must keep your
there?
mouth
There's
not in the dirty words, but must know about the recreation of life.
Well, there's a time and a place for curse words, right, Keepa?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. But
Fuck yeah.
Hey, I just
you see Keepa go in the corner, like pointing. But
very Ellie vibes. I just realized that Keith does.
But we put our trust in each other. Because if you don't, if you always have that mistrust there, the person you're putting it in for, and I'll speak for Ash. If we don't put our trust in Ash to know that Ash is going to make decisions that won't be selfish, decisions that will help the group, if we decide not to do that, to even give Ash the chance, Ash will never. And I know there's danger with that, love.
I just want to say two things. But if you'd like to finish, I'd like you to finish.
I'll just end with this. A long time ago, I met a young, hot-headed Leonin who was brash, would fight someone if they just looked at him silly, and had a dark side, and made bad decisions. And you know what I did? I'll let you guess.
You're asking what you did? I know what you did. I was there.
I put my trust in you.
Well, look, I just want to say two things. One, fuck, they just went out of my brain. Oh, one. We did trust. Look, I know I was dead, but didn't he leave you all?
Yes, but it's because you died. That's a completely different, isolated situation.
How do you know that? How do you know that the isolation of that is no different than what he's just done to himself?
What he's done to himself was to protect us all, and help us all.
I don't think that's true.
I think it's a little.
I mean, of course he has his. That's Ash. Ash has his own things, that Ash always does. But
As do we all.
And we all do. But usually, the choices Ash makes is also in concurrent with trying to help us as well. This is coming from me. I'm still hurt.
I know.
About
And
being
I
left.
wasn't even there. And I know that the two of you were hurt the most by it. And so I'm just saying that there's that aspect of it. That anyway. The other thing.
So you. Sorry, finish what you're going to say.
The other thing is I personally, and I don't know how you all feel, I am at the end of my rope when it comes to us deciding to find things that make it so we hurt each other physically. Without our notion. I just think that we might one time find something that doesn't make it so that at some point we might hurt each other.
Let me posit this. Who would you rather see that hand and eye with? Ash or Garr-Gal-Onn?
Well, Garr-Gal-Onn's not alive anymore.
It's a hypothetical.
A hypothetical. If Garr-Gal-Onn was still alive, had he had that arm and hand, or that hand and eye?
Or someone
someone-
as equally dangerous, like Ryujin or the Sage of Revan or something like that.
Would you rather see it in their hands or the hands of someone that you know? The hands of someone that you know their limits, you know how their brain works, you know that you've spent time with? Or would you rather someone dangerous just show up with that hand and eye, and they're definitely going to hurt your child? They're definitely going to hurt your wife. They're definitely going to hurt one of us.
I think that those people we would see. It is easier for a person that has that power, that lives amongst people, to be dangerous towards them because they are so intricate in those people's lives than it is for a person that comes up to them with that power that we see, that then we can deal with in the moment.
I disagree. Wouldn't you believe that that person who is going to try and use that for good is going to have more restraint, build their willpower over it? Where
You think
as
that-
someone with evil intentions with those objects would have nothing would go through their mind about protecting someone
Ryujin,
who they didn't know.
You honestly think that he put that on himself for good?
We talked about this. We
But
had an
do
entire
you
conversation.
But do you honestly think that's the truth?
I've told you, I trust Ash.
Okay.
I do believe that. Whether
seems
it's
like
the
you
truth
don't.
from him or
No,
not,
I don't think that was I don't think that he put that on for good.
What do you think?
I don't know what it was for. I think it was only for himself. But, you know, I think we all make our decisions. I made decisions. I have this very large... We've made decisions. The things that we got in Garr-Gal-Onn's lair were all decisions that we wanted to make and put in things that we got for ourselves. I just think that... I don't know.
Leonidas.
I've said my piece.
I thank you for coming to us, and I don't ever want you to stop. But because I am your friend, I'm not going to be your yes man. While Ember has made this decision, I don't think it is just for himself, nor do I think it is just for us. I think in all things that we do, sometimes it's a Venn diagram, and there's a lot of overlap, right? Remember when you were looking for Keepa and Yara, every choice you made was in order for you to reunite with them, in order for you to get there, and we also made those choices. But sometimes you did do things that were not necessarily the thing that needed to be done in that moment, but you are acting because you had this goal, this thing that you needed to do.
Someone to protect, someone to find.
And Ember has goals of his own. And it just so happens that these items that he found, that he sacrificed a lot for, we all sacrificed stuff, aligned with not only his goals, but ours. And I don't think we should fault him for it. And the fact that he came to us and he said, I've done this, I'm afraid that I've done this, the power scares me. The fact that he's communicating means that he's grown.
I don't think it's a question of faulting him. I just think that the purpose... I don't know. Maybe I see it differently.
I feel he was very transparent in that he was hesitant to even want to do it for this battle. But we told him we need everything we can get. We knew we were going up against a powerful enemy. This was more of a sacrifice in a way. Because Ember originally didn't want... from what I understood when he spoke to us, the eye was giving him trouble. He didn't want to add to that.
Then why did he?
To help us out.
He said.
That's what he said.
We're doing this... Like Kallias said, right? Are you willing to wager on yourself or gamble on yourself in order to stop Garr-Gal-Onn and this world-eating monster? Ember has made that sacrifice, knowing full well that there will be consequences, and as his friends, we have to be there to help him deal with those.
Rittenhouse did something similar with that spear he had. The spear was very icky, very dangerous, but we trusted Rittenhouse to have a strong will and to make sure. And then I also spoke with Rittenhouse and I said if anything went wrong, I would deal with it. And that's the agreement we made. But nothing terrible has really happened. Thinker was hurt. Thinker is okay. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Now we know what could happen. We have that knowledge. In the future, we are armed with that knowledge. So we should be okay with that knowledge. We know how to act in the future.
You don't have to say you agree with us or not right now. It's a lot. I understand you've just been... There's a lot of news happening that has probably sent your brain into a scramble, rightly so. Congratulations. So, we're not mad at you for bringing this up. And I hope that you bring up whatever else is on your mind to us again in the future. But I don't think you need to worry about it as much as you are right now. I think maybe enjoy a nice nap with the woman you love and your daughter, and we'll take it day by day.
Well, all right. Now I'd like to sleep, so.
Okay.
Understand.
You all find your beds, except for Kallias.
Right.
You be reading.
So, yes, there is a traditional sort of ceremonial set of storytelling on Vidicilas that is known in Sylvan as the legend of Kallias, which roughly translates in Sylvan to a beautiful mind. And that's what I'm essentially reenacting here on this.
Starring Russell Crowe.
Yes.
I don't know which one.
How do you say that in Sylvan? Damn it.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend the first like two solid. We have 12 hours total, right?
12 hours
I'm
total.
gonna spend 3 hours poring over this book. I already have drawn some power from this book before. I've infused its teachings, at least fundamentally, into a couple stages of my more potent expressions of magic. I believe I'm starting to understand the way this kind of magic functions and the way it can sync up with my iterative, soulless sort of magic. But there's still some things hidden from me here, and I would like to spend these 3 hours seeing if I can understand them a bit better now that I've seen Garr-Gal-Onn in action.
Yeah. The biggest thing is there's a question of it's what's you haven't decoded. You're like, oh, I can do all of this to set up the ritual for the Nidthog equation.
Right.
The power source. Or more so, what does it take to spend to commit this act?
Right, the equivalent exchange, right? What do you give up in order to?
Okay.
So, what you've read is, in this draconic writing, you don't have to roll for it because you've known it.
God, the worst possible timing.
What do we have to give up? You have to give up your vibes, Guardian.
Your vibes, Guardian. All right, we're skipping that. All right. Fucking funny. That song always comes up at the worst moment. You are doing reading.
Soldier Boy.
And if the ritual were to take place, a failsafe within it is post-ritual. In order, you see that referencing to the creator of the orrery. Not saying who it was or anything, but the creator. Put this fail-safe in that makes it so once this grand ritual to change time, and truly change time on an object, not recreate something.
Perform a surgery on a timeline, right?
Yes.
On an object timeline.
The orrery will then be shunted throughout the multiverse.
How the hell did Garr-Gal-Onn keep it then?
Which leads me to the next bit of notes.
The most dangerous thing in the multiverse.
Garr-Gal-Onn was able to circumvent this with the use of a object that, through his alchemical machinations, discovered how to create. He refers to it as a philosopher's stone.
Okay. Okay. So literally bypassing the law of attraction.
All right, Potter.
Okay.
So in order to do the unnatural,
You need something unnatural.
you need something unnatural to fuel it. Unless you wish to pay the price of
Anyway.
allowing the pieces to be shunted.
Right. Does he leave any notes about what his methodology was in creating it, or finding it, or where it is, or any to define Philosopher's Stone here?
Also referred to as a soul stone.
Okay.
It talks about how the creation of life, that genesis of being, is the greatest power in the known universe. And to take not just one, not a few, not many, but thousands, hundreds of thousands of lives, and distill those souls into a single minute stone is enough power
I have a sneaking suspicion where I know what my clan went.
To create a stone.
Okay. 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 Is there anything else I can glean?
In further readings, Garr-Gal-Onn wrote that using goblinoids, specifically goblins, were great because of their very short gestation and their ability to reproduce so quickly.
Right.
And with their incredibly short lifespans, Garr-Gal-Onn thought it would simply that their lives would be serving something greater.
The math does check out.
So Garr-Gal-Onn used many, many, many souls of specifically goblins, because they have the shortest gestation,
It optimizes the equation.
and created these stones.
Okay.
It does mention throughout that it did use, it didn't to use a constant flowing resource within these stones. Garr-Gal-Onn didn't deplete his soul mines, is the words he used.
There are more stones.
There are more. Where are his soul mines? Any word as to anything there?
Not within this.
Soul mines? Like,
Yeah, we dig.
Yeah.
But instead of walls of gems, it's bodies of goblins of generations, yeah.
what about the mine where we were?
They probably were going to get that.
Not the genocide.
So that's further reason to head back to Pyre and do some digging. Literally anything else of any variety gleanable from the book. Is there anything left untouched? Any secret yet scribbled? Any power?
Within the shunting of the pieces, not using the philosopher's stone, the soul stone, with the proper implements in place, doesn't speak of which, one could keep a portion of the orrery instead of shunting. But the magic to overpower the orrery, Garr-Gal-Onn in the equation says it isn't worth it.
Okay. And that's it. Now I feel that I have comprehended the bulk of this book.
Yeah, there may be a couple things here and there that may connect later, but for the most part, you know how to do the ritual for the Nidthog, or reverse it, at least, or you have the basic idea. And the orrery, I feel like with you and Reknit, you could, that equation you guys have been thinking about, you could perhaps, possibly make something from that.
Okay. At this point, I am going to. I know Message has to see the other person, but since we are both on the ship and both bearers of the orrery, can I message him using through the orrery?
I'll allow it.
I'm just going to sink into it. Reknit, are you awake yet? If you are, please come to the navigation cabin. I have very important things to discuss with you.
Imagine you're in a supermarket and you just hear.
Ding ding ding. Sonadua. Hidden.
Did you message this?
Reknit, you are being called to the navigational cabin.
Are you doing this over a loudspeaker?
No, I'm doing it over the brain loudspeaker for
The god mic.
The brain speaker.
The brain speaker.
If we could take it back to
Hold,
one,
please.
please.
Can we all
Hold,
hear
please.
this?
Hold. No.
If we could take it back to.
Hold.
They'll come in the
I'm
end.
gonna shuffle up. I'm not in the suit right now. I'm gonna shuffle up. Can I help you?
Gabble gabble slumber.
Trying to grab something on the floor. Sorry. Didn't
what
mean
they're
for it to
calling
be a
it?
snuggle fest.
But I'm gonna shuffle my way up. Yes. What? What is it?
And you open the navigator's cabin and you find something that looks a little bit alarmingly like yourself, in that there are little magical trinkets everywhere. I've wrecked whatever organizational system you had. There are papers everywhere. There is ink on the floor. There are used quills in different places. My notes are mixed with your notes. The book is. I'm sitting here
splayed out on the floor with the book, doing different translations over here. Ah, good. You got my message then. That means that worked. What kind of news would you like first? I have an inquest that might provide further insight and an interesting activity for us to attempt, and I have news that is going to be less pleasant than that.
Let's go bad news first.
Are you sure? I'm definitely making it lighter than it is. It's very bad news.
Are you sure?
It's worse than what you've done to this cabin then? Unless you know where everything is, and then that's
I know
fine.
where the things that I was using is.
That's worse to hear, but go on. Go hit me.
I can definitely take the things that I need out of here later.
That's unrelated. Please just hit me with the news.
Okay, one moment. I'm just going to get up and I'm going to close the door. I'm going to clear some space off the desk a little bit. You might want to have a seat.
I just sort of plonk myself on the floor.
So I will preface this by asking you, are you willing to lose the orrery? Are you willing to lose the orrery at this point? To achieve something useful, but in exchange we will lose the orrery.
What are we achieving?
The binding of the world, Eater.
Okay.
In whatever way we...
If there's no
decide
other
to.
option, certainly, yeah.
Well, there is another option, but the option is the problem. I have come to understand. I have come to understand that the ritual used to stitch time in a way that would be allow us to revert or change the current state of the World Eater requires the expenditure of the orrery's existence as a whole. This was, in his notes, dealt with by Garr-Gal-Onn in a way where you substitute the power exerted by the scattering of the orrery across time and substitute that with instead the potential energy harvested from the lives of many, 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 many mortal beings. And unfortunately, this is difficult to say. I'm going to switch into Goblin here. Unfortunately, it has... Garr-Gal-Onn's ability to retain the pieces of the orrery after awakening the World Eater came at the cost of uncountable goblin lives. Harvested in a place written only as the Soul Mines.
I'm gonna quietly waddle my way over to put the scrying orb back. Did you?
Yeah.
I'm gonna touch it, and then touching my metal arm, so it's an object technically owned by them, because it's made from the shards of the home tree. I'm gonna scry for my clan.
Okay. Roll me the DC for it.
Let me see about scrying, because I believe since I have an object,
What about your spell save DC?
I've got it here.
isn't it? I believe
There's going to be a significant subtraction from the save. It's if you have you know the target well, first of all,
Yeah.
and you have a possession or garment.
Mhm.
That's a total of a -9 to the DC, but otherwise it is your no, sorry, the target rolls a whiz save with a -9.
Okay. Your scry bursts through. And for a moment, it's hard to tell where you are. It looks like you're in this dome-like structure. And within it, you see these huts. And they're all made out of these different materials, each one. And within that, you see small families living. But as your vision zooms in to this one hut, it's very somber life. Fear. But there's a pride in how as you can see, the goblins holding themselves.
Do I recognize any of these goblins? Or are they a completely new generation of clan?
It's Uncle Bill.
There's one who you can't hear them speak. They're just kind of sitting on a chair, kind of out front, kind of it's like very like triangular chair in front of their large hut, lodge, if you will. It's more of a lodge. And just something about their eyes, 2 different colored eyes, that is striking to you. It's your cousin. But the many years have not been kind. Many years for a goblin. And you can see she looks tired. But she has these gobblings, running around playing, and seeing those, you see her smile and laugh, but there's a sadness behind it.
No idea where this dome is. No signifying markers as a location or anything.
The dome is made out of this deep purple glass. Similar
Where's Bubble?
to the deep purple glass of the shattered sphere that encompasses Doomspace. So somewhere on the outskirts of this system, there's a secret commune, is what you piece together.
And you're next to me so you can see this happening in the scrying,
Yes.
correct? Okay. So there are
Who is
some...
that?
My kin, I believe.
When was the last time you saw them?
When I left, I think. Still isn't all clear.
They don't look captured.
They don't look exactly happy either.
I don't know who does these days. Sort of just reads as normal now. Melancholy, doesn't it?
But they are alive, which is more than I had hoped for.
That's something that's been, at the very least, not only might that give you some answers, it might give us some answers on how this was done, what they saw. Unless they were released at the very beginning of all this, which begs the question, why?
How many souls?
I don't know if I learned that number. I don't know if I've ever learned to count up that high. But my point is... I don't want to have to say this to you, I really don't. We cannot afford to give up this resource. Do you agree?
Which resource?
Both. I'm not willing to sacrifice lives that have already been through trauma for the sake of what? Caging in a problem they may not be even aware of. Nor am I willing for us to lose what we have just gained, the start, the kindling of of genuine change.
Explain.
But I'm beating around the bush. There are souls that have been transmuted but not used. The way I read this, there is a resource that was being mined of a very unfortunate sort, but that had been converted away from any possibility of living already. And all I am saying is that if we are to
continue on the path that we are trying to set for ourselves, crafting something genuinely better, we will need a source of energy to do so. And if we are to achieve a sufficient source of energy, then I would rather these people's wanton slaughter and sacrifice not go quietly in some dark mine.
You're telling me that they're...
I don't know. I don't know. The answers lie on Fyrene. The book stops short. And nor am I really looking for an answer from you right here and now, because I think we might be assisted by why I really called you here. I again ask you something that I am not sure I could pose without combat, verbal combat with some of our other friends. And I pose this to you first, not saying that we shouldn't converse with the other people about this, but I think you have a tighter grasp on the ability to walk the line between that which does ill in the world and that we can borrow from the ill to stop it. I'm not sure if you have delved into the whispers this contraption we are bound to provides, but there is a certain ability, as dictated in this book, that will allow us to contact and commune with an extraplanar entity, with beings of great power. And I posit we may do so soon, to contact the World Eater itself. This ritual is brief, and with the power of the orrery, it would allow us to divine 5 questions from said entity. Being that we have a mental strength and will sturdy enough to breach the boundaries of ontological thought.
You want to figure out what from it? What it desires? Or
What it desires, why, what it truly wants, what it will do, and if it can be swayed otherwise. I see no reason to seal a great and magnificent beast such as this if it would perhaps venture into worlds unseen, eat things created specifically for its satiation. It might do well in an existence designed for it, if you are picking up what I am putting down. All this to say, I am not strong enough on my own to confidently make this contact. Nor could I even initiate the ritual without your assistance to begin with. But if we were to do it, I would have you take the lead. I think you perhaps both could find a common enemy in the now slain Ruby Great Worm.
that I have no quarrel with. I think that's a fair plan, in fact. Figuring out what exactly it is, its motives. See if there are any other paths we can take rather than just shunting it backward in time. Not having to deal with the previous dilemma.
Not at all.
But to talk about it, just so I'm clear. It's your belief that there are items, artifacts, created out of countless lives that still exist.
That is what the book seems to allude to.
And we
think of oh, this is hard. Souls transmuted into veins of uncut gemstone, which only have
All of us.
great and terrible power when cut, polished, and refined. And it would seem the book is indicating that there are many, many tributaries of such a stone uncut and unrefined on Fyrene.
If that is true, and if there is no other way to return them to what they were, I can't allow them to have died for nothing. And I will keep them with me and the remainder of my kin.
They ought to be given places of honor, one way or another.
If I could. If I could use those stones perhaps to create a better world for those who remain. If they would accept that.
The world would be founded on them.
Well, we have much more to figure out before such a thing takes place. Mainly finding them, and I point back to the scrying orb.
So is that what you would have us do?
I know we have much to figure out, but I can't allow them to be trapped there.
Perhaps we, since we are already headed towards Fyrene, we see what we can find there, reap the remains of Garr-Gal-Onn's intellectual harvest, before we then seek this enclave, this refuge.
Perhaps before we get to Fyrene, we can speak to the others about contacting the World Serpent.
I would agree. And I would also posit that perhaps regardless of the outcome, we proceed.
I see. Would you rather we just do that now, then?
No, I wouldn't. Not necessarily. Because I do not want to... It feels strange enough as it is. Planning and plotting and theorizing without them. So if we can avoid that, great. But if they cannot see the use, there is no reason to... There is a phrase in common, is it not? Look a present mule in the face.
Yes, yeah, no, I'm familiar. I'm familiar.
Some such
What?
thing.
Yes.
Look at horse.
I would not reject a present mule.
Who's looking at horses in the mouth?
It depends on what they look like. Mules are large creatures in comparison to me.
I don't even really know if I know what a mule looks like.
I think like a little horse donkey thing.
It's a cow.
With or without horns.
No, they don't usually have those. We had a number of like very small mules.
I don't think you would like where I'm from very much.
Are there lots of horned mules?
There are lots of horned large creatures.
Yeah, no, that's why do you think why stand in that big old bucket?
Is it a size thing?
Well, I'm not compensating for anything necessarily. I'm just we don't have time to unpack all that, but at any rate.
I'm most intrigued. Well, that is a conversation for a different day. Either way, tomorrow morning over breakfast, perhaps we break the news.
I'm just going to sort of waddle over to you, and I'm just going to give you a little hug, probably around what are your legs. And I'm just going to put my head to you and
Thank you for telling me.
The reciprocation starts like the awkward he who must not be named, like... before
Ceremony's dead!
Of course. It was not my information to keep.
I'm not. I thought I'd lost my clan a long time ago, so knowing that I could get some of them back and perhaps avenge or honor those I lost is comforting. I'm going to start waddling away, and as I'm leaving, please do clean this up, though. And I'm going to make my way out of there. You said you would remember what was yours.
Okay. When you next return to the navigation quarters, you find it in the exact same state, except the 12 items that were mine now have empty spots where they were. Cleaned.
Wisdom saving throw.
You've scratched carrying them back to your room.
Yeah.
You'll commit an evil act next turn. All right.
Okay.
I believe there is one more thing that wishes to be done before we all
Lilith.
sleep.
Lilith sleeps for the 4 hours, and then she gets up.
We probably honestly cross each other on the way.
Yeah. So she sees Rek kind of walk by. Good night, Rek.
Ah. Oh, good night. What? Oh, you're right. You don't sleep long. That's nice.
No, yeah, it's great.
Warforged don't sleep at all. Did you know that? They just stand there and they go. Wish I could do that. Anyway, good night.
Enjoy your dreams.
Thank you.
Once Rek leaves, she waits a second and then goes and lightly knocks on Ember's door. When she doesn't hear an answer, she'll open it, see there's no one there, and then tiptoe past Kallias' door, listen at the door to see if they're sleeping. Does Kallias snore?
That's a fart.
Is Kallias there?
Only if they snore like a fucking Minecraft villager.
But if I'm coming back, you're still in the quarters, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, he's not in there.
Okay.
So you don't hear anything.
Okay,
chorus
don't
of
hear
snakes
anything.
also.
So then I'm going to pad up to the deck of the ship and find Ember. Are you still at the
Yeah.
bow?
bow of the ship.
Is that the poop deck?
Oh, that is poop deck, actually.
is, okay.
I mean, our poop deck is, we don't really have a true poop deck. Poop deck is the thing that is above that, upper stern deck.
Yeah.
We don't have an upper
tell ya.
stern, but you could also call where the wheel is, the helm deck, I forget the name of it, that top deck, the poop deck.
As a person who lived on a boat for 6 months, I have no idea what any of it is.
Your safety instructor is furious at you.
No, she is.
And Lilith just stands back for a little bit, doesn't engage at first, just kind of watches. And then from about 10 feet away, will say, "Is everything okay? Have you slept at all?"
Yes and no.
Do I believe them?
No!
You want to play the?
I believe.
You want to play the insight game?
Let's play the inside game.
Does someone
tell
tell
us
us
the
the
truth,
truth?
correct, Ash?
No, you still need sleep, right?
You don't need to sleep anymore, correct?
No,
I do.
Oh, I thought you.
You just don't breathe.
No, he doesn't.
You don't need to eat.
I don't need to eat, breathe, or drink.
Yeah.
Ah, but still need to get your sleepies.
Oh, I get my 8 hours. Don't
Get
worry.
your zoos in.
Just not tonight.
Oh.
What do you mean by yes and no?
I mean, yes, everything's fine. I'm okay. But no, I didn't get any sleep.
If everything's fine and you're okay, why aren't you sleeping like the rest of everyone?
I don't want to.
Why?
Just don't want to dream tonight. I wasn't expecting it to feel that shitty.
The hand.
The loss of control. It's my own fault. I saw that we were getting close to defeating Gogglefuck, and I tried to end it. Stupid. And completely forgetting about his reflecting abilities, so ultimately it was wasted, but I don't know. It was not my plan to use any of the hand's power. any direct power until that moment.
So you're beating yourself up because you've stabbed Thinker.
No, I don't. That sounds bad. Yes, I care that I stabbed Thinker. I wish I did not, of course.
Potato.
But grand scheme, it feels more like I feel like I need a bath. But not for my body. Don't look at me like that. It felt. It's just the last thing that I would ever want to happen. Is to not have control of myself. And it shook me a little bit.
Okay.
I feel shooketh. And previously, on my meetings with Vecna,
That's their name.
yes, it's happened whilst in dreams. So I felt like I wanted to forego that for the night.
Okay.
But I'm okay.
So are you just not going to sleep then? Ever? Was that your plan?
Probably wouldn't work.
No.
I might just have to take a nap tomorrow.
One might say a cat nap.
Do you think he makes calls during naps? Or does it have to be like a full REM cycle into it?
I don't know. You're asking the wrong person.
I know. I'm sorry. How are you? You did a lot of damage to a big scary dragon.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
I am pretty cool.
No.
I'm fine. Some other people are shaking. And usually when I get up, everyone's asleep. I came and knocked on your door and you were gone. Kallias wasn't in their room either. But that's normal. Kallias goes off and sleeps in a corner sometimes.
I've been hearing some shuffly moving noises and muffled speaking, but
Oh, that's right. You share a wall with them, don't you?
I just have good hearing. And in the quiet void of space, when one person's talking, it's kind of hard to.
Don't get me started about loud footsteps in the quiet void of space.
Yo. This feels.
Okay.
So. Yeah, I don't know. I just didn't want to go to bed.
It's not too much for you yet. Just one thing. One time. We've all lost control.
I know.
What would you say to me if I'd beaten myself up and I'd gotten possessed?
Tire's fine.
I'm sorry?
Tire's fine.
One more time.
Sorry, my hearing's not as good as
It's
yours.
fine. I would say that it's fine. You shouldn't beat yourself up.
Aye.
Thank you.
You don't have to sleep, but I don't know if you want to stay out here. Not much goes on within the 4 hours that everybody else.
Right.
I'm gonna go up on the crow's nest. You're welcome to join me, or you can go be your broody self. I won't deny it's attractive, but I'm going to be up on the crow's nest.
Right.
And I do a 2-finger salute like a cool kid.
Jesus Christ. Like a character from Scott Pilgrim.
Peace out, Girl Scout.
And grab my violin and my bow, and I'm gonna climb my way up to the crow's nest.
Ash, do you follow?
After a minute, yeah.
It's that Bioware
As
option where you hit the
you-
heart as opposed to the broken heart.
As you turn to go follow, you turn around and take one last look towards the astral wake behind you. And as you turn, you're back in that ash plane.
You have a plane named after you?
You don't see anything.
Pretty fucking cool.
You don't hear anything except not sleeping. It's cute that you thought it would work. I'm always there with you. Back looking at the astral wake, and Lilith climbing up the mast. And that is where we will take our break.
Bam, bam, bam. All right, everybody, go grab a drink. Go grab a
drink. Go take a shit. Go wipe. Make sure to wipe your ass, because we don't want any dirty buttholes up in here.
No, we're not.
And we'll see you all in like 17-ish minutes.
He doesn't have a dirty
Make
butthole.
Sure you wipe until
You
you
know,
don't
no,
see
He doesn't have a dirty butthole. All right, we'll be back.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Bards of New York, the live, chaotic, beautiful mess that we all know and love, where we usually, at one point, will play D&D together. We'll be starting to play D&D at some point soon, and then probably stop, then start again, and then stop, and then giggle, and I'll fart a bunch, and then we'll have a good time.
Why even do the stream?
You're hitting the nail too hard on the head, man.
Come for the D&D, but stay for the absolute chaos that is Bards of New York. I love you.
Can't do a New York accent.
Just try your best. Come on.
Somebody, you know,
Say bagels and schmear.
bagels and schmear. You know, somebody came up here and
I didn't realise there was a New York over there.
I didn't, you know.
No, I'm from Old York, yeah?
My bad. Bagels and schmear. No.
Say, hey, I'm walking here.
Hey, I'm walking here. All right, you know, I'm just.
It's immediately back.
You know, Yara, I'm having all kinds of trouble, and
Now you sound like a British person trying to do an American accent.
You're like, oh, did?
I just did.
How dare you?
Wait.
Dormammu. Do not read through the book bound with skin.
Do you understand how distracting that is? We're thinking about saving the city and using your life nobly, and now you've said don't read the book with the skin, and now that's all I'm thinking about.
So very interesting.
Going to read everything that's in there.
What kind of
I don't
skin?
know what you think you're gonna do. You look at who we are. You know
That's the
something.
first book I'm gonna read.
Why would
That's
you
exactly
ever
what-
It's okay. They're like this sometimes.
Yeah.
It's always been you.
To me, you have always been the brightest star. Then the most powerful star.
I kiss her.
That's where we're going.
Thank you so much for watching Bards of New York. Like to tune in next week. We'll see what the fuck happens.
forever.
There's a couple that are harvest flavored. They say it's more of a savory sweet almost. Like it has a very almost like umami sort of sense to it. And it's
Umami.
y'all.
Excellent work.
Y'all.
Excellent work.
It was ubiquitous and it made me upset. I just wanted to buy pastries.
This large pentagonal.
You'll be
Pentagon.
Pentagon.
Pentagonal. Pentagonal.
Diagonally.
Somebody called the Pentagon.
Pentagonally. Pentagonally.
Fuck out of here.
Pentigony.
By Aeschylus.
What do you do? Smell burning toast?
Pentagonal.
Pentagussi?
Penta D's.
That was so feeble.
Guys, let's stop being so mean to Woody.
Wait, no. If I may support you.
It was a really valiant attempt.
How many sides does that thing have? What sort
5.
of? So, say that again.
Pentagonal.
Gaggle on these nuts.
So better. Ah.
the mechanic where you make choices as your character that then affects the world at large. To me, there's no better version of that than D&D, where not only do you get to escape to a world and make choices within it as a character entirely your own, that then your own choices are a catalyst for an evolution of the world that evolves with you, but you get to do that with other people. So it's not just a pre-thought out, I'm going to make these choices to make these things happen. It's a group of people, all that you can have banter with and laugh with, but at the end of the day, you are exploring a world for the first time, together as a group, making these little chaotic decisions which bloom across the world, causing it to change with you and grow with you as your characters level up and grow. What brings me back to D&D over and over and over again is like assisting in the growth and the blossoming of a world that will be cultivated by accident through a ragtag group of adventurers' actions.
Here we go. Hey!
All I wanted to do.
All
right, everybody. Welcome back to Bards of New York. If you've been, we hope you had a good time. If you used the loo, how do you do? And
we all did here.
cheese.
You're making faces. But
I want
the
to be
camera can't even
famous.
pick it up.
I don't know
It's
why.
just on your chest.
Woody, what's upsetting about that is, that we only saw you eating like a narwhal.
Like a stunted giraffe.
Stunting.
It's called a deer, okay?
No, I specifically mean a
Vertically challenged
giraffe that didn't do so well.
Yeah, what is a giraffe is not tall? Like, what are they up there for?
They starve.
Really?
They go.
Yes.
Let me tell you something.
I just want everybody to know at home, this water bottle is full. It's 40 ounces.
I hate this.
Even
I
if they had a
fucking
short
hate
neck,
this.
They still have long legs, so
And
they'd
the thing
still be
about-
tall.
The thing about a giraffe, though, is the fact that they're whacking with their necks. Like, imagine if we did that. Imagine if we went up to each other and we're like, "Wow!"
That was a good 3/4 of that.
Can you imagine just...
It's down there.
Yeah, okay.
What do I do?
I could have finished it, but it was too cold.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ugh.
Yeah.
You tried to prove something and you couldn't. You fell short.
1 in 3, baby. 1 in 3.
You want to chug 30 fluid ounces of cold
No
water?
one
No one's making you do this.
No one even asked you to do it.
I did
Except
this
for
for
you.
you.
I did this for you.
Sometimes
All right.
Let me do it for you.
The camera pans back down.
What camera?
He's like, I'm the fucking camera here.
The GoPro drone flies back down.
Yeah.
Pretty sure you mean the flip.
I will say, giraffes used to have short necks. Really quickly. That's it. That's all I have to say. Just found that out.
Copy.
What's nice is I don't think that was on screen. I think so just for everyone watching.
Giraffes used to
You
have
just
short
went-
necks?
Yeah.
Giraffes used to have short necks. Zero context.
What do you mean? We've been live this whole time.
But I don't, not before the giraffes.
No, we talked
Yes,
about giraffes
we
Yes,
after
this
he,
in-
after he did the countdown.
The whole thing of him chugging. What are you?
I thought the giraffes thing was before that.
Why,
No,
why do you think I
no.
stopped counting down and then started talking about giraffes?
John, you were singing before we started talking about giraffes, and we were live while you were singing.
What's happening now?
Bernstein Bears.
So
the camera backs down.
So the camera backs down.
Yeah. So
Camera backs that ass
Camera
up.
shuts off.
you all finish those who are resting
Fuck yeah.
a long rest. Go ahead and mark it in.
Let's go.
I took a short rest. So.
Short. Go ahead and take it.
So do I get a point of exhaustion?
Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, what?
I mean,
That's
Y'all.
okay. Take it. Fucking take it.
You have to. Yeah.
okay.
I didn't know you could undo that by Constitution saving throw. I thought you
You
just
don't.
took
I
it.
think that's a rule. Might be rule.
No. Every. Oh.
I think it could be a
I
rule.
think you're
No,
right.
if
I
If you
think
stay
you're
for
right.
Knowledge, if you
24
don't full
hours,
rest.
Yeah.
you get a point of exhaustion.
Yeah.
17.
17. You take a point of exhaustion.
Okay. I'm glad we did that.
Tired.
Yeah, you did.
Chips at the bottom.
Oh my God, Hannah.
little surprise.
Don't, please, God. Fuck. Shit. Damn it. Damn it.
What's wrong?
I don't want to fucking speak it to existence anymore.
You have the most sensitive mic. I would be careful.
I know I do.
I'm so confused as to what just happened.
What just happened?
Where does it
Yeah, it's a Minshew sibling thing that we can
probably
leave there.
conditions.
I will take every opportunity to
if you
make my
click
brother
conditions, go to the bottom.
uncomfy.
Thank you.
I hate my life. So, the camera is panned back down onto the Nightmare Krew upon the lucid dream.
Okay.
As you soar through void space, you all wake up. You have a few, maybe an hour and change until you reach the precipice of Fyrene and its rotating moon that the Baron Tylo Vale has found it to be his home with your friends. I'm a good DM, guys.
Are you okay?
Who is this person?
Also, who are you?
What's going on?
Wait a minute. Who are you?
Who
are you people?
That's you guys make your way through, and anything you want to do in the last hour, waking up, Rinhask has made breakfast.
What is it?
Was I able to taste the food this time?
Yeah, he let you taste his. He
What'd
made
you
made
coat
chili
it?
scrambled eggs, sweet chili scrambled eggs,
chili.
with fresh baked bread, and just some green onions on top, you know, and it's a nice soft scramble too.
Secretly, Ryujin adds some different seasonings to Lilith's meal.
To what?
Lilith is just very French when it comes to the food.
Ryujin
That's what
adds some
Rinhask says.
flavor that is
Parisian.
reminiscent of home.
We
Rabbit.
have a more sophisticated palette than you.
Okay.
Shuts down.
Rinhask, as you all like come for breakfast, he brings each and every one of you a very well decorated plate and just goes clunk for you, Lilith.
Jesus. Says, that was rude. I'm still getting over it. And then sits down next to Ryujin.
Lilith looks at Ryujin and raises an eyebrow.
I whisper.
Do you want to whisper that into the mic?
Tell me what you think.
Hey, how you doing? Show me what you got.
How you doing, mama? Hey, pretty mama, let me whisper in your ear.
No, none of those were the right lyrics.
Show me your moves.
Show me your moves.
Not breaking eye contact with Rittenhask, Lilith
You said he's just like
High five for my friend.
looking at
I
you.
prefer the.
raises the spoon to her mouth.
Off my gun.
It'll do.
Puts on his lap and
Wait, are you implying that you don't like his food because you're French?
I'm not French, I'm Ravani.
What's French?
Fuck me running. Are you? It's something that I read in a play. It's kind of a cop out.
You can read?
I choose not to. I can. I choose not to read.
I'm consciously illiterate. If you choose not to, can you read?
Yeah, give me a book
Can
right
you
now.
still read?
Give me a book. Give me a book. You got a book?
I'll open you the draconic page of the thing.
Give me it.
No, you can look at it from here.
What's the book?
It's the Book of Iterations.
Yep. Yep.
What does it say?
Can you read it?
It says, I mean, Dan doesn't know what it says. What does it say?
Do you read Draconic?
Yeah. What do you mean, do I read Draconic?
I don't know.
Yes, I read Draconic.
Something.
Does a dragon
multiverse.
subjugate species? It's
my favorite is just like Dan going,
Yep.
Yep. Uh-huh. What does it say? Well, that's for me to know and you to find out.
You want to see me run to that rock and back? You want to see me do it again?
Basically.
It says, as the iterations pass, as the iteration.
That's something new to me. Please keep reading.
What did you say?
Something new to me. Please keep
As the
reading.
iterations pass, there is time between each iteration that there's a pocket in which you have to void yourself. If you find yourself in between the two iterations, or each one that is necessary, you will then find that each iteration has a pocket in between the two, such as a slide in what the moderns call McDonald's. And if you find yourself in said pocket, what are you on the pockets chapter?
Can I insight
Well, no,
check his
yeah,
ability
you're
to
actually
read?
on the money.
Language is this written in?
It's draconic. The theorem of shoots and ladders. Yes.
It must be the translation doesn't quite
No,
translate
it's
to common.
it's an old dialect. I think I had some trouble doing it. He's doing quite well on the fly, but
Thank you.
Okay.
a little bit lost.
The theory of shoots and ladders.
hey,
One
Leonidas, roll
shoots-
me an intelligence saving throw, please.
Intelligence saving throw.
Yes.
I'm not gonna flash.
Can I have advantage because
No advantage. Just roll for me.
because I decided to
No,
put
flash.
my higher stat in intelligence, not dexterity. That's just Dan.
You said min-maxing? Never heard of it. Tell me if it failed.
That's a natural one.
Your mind is flooded
Off
with
the
information.
heat of last week. Our
Halifax
first roll
has
of the
said
day.
there
Perfectly
must be
balanced,
balance.
like all
Must be
things.
balance.
Can I roll again, just because?
No.
He's thinking about it.
I want you to roll again merely on the prospect that it's another one.
Oh yeah, no, roll again.
If it's another one,
if it's a
you
natural
cannot read.
20, I will go for the natural 20. If it's not, it's a 1.
Ooh, it was almost a 1.
It really was.
It wasn't my ass, it was the chair, guys.
I understood.
That's a load of bullshit, and you all know it.
I believe him because he
15,
will own up
15,
to his real
Oh,
ones.
he will, exactly.
15? No. You can't read it.
I can read.
For like
You are literally.
Speaking of, can I insight check his ability to read?
I can
if
read.
he's lying to me or not.
This is
a huge conspiracy theory.
Hold on. I'd like to bring out one of my books. The thing is, no.
Picture book. It's the picture thing. It has
I
no
can only
writing on
read
it.
my books.
I remember where the words formally were. Okay.
Hold on. This is not fair. Dan doesn't know what's in the fucking book, so certainly Leonidas doesn't know what's in the book. hold on.
This
you
is
allow
now
Give me another book.
I rolled a 19.
A 19. He can read Draconic. I just think that maybe, like, you know when people write cursive and you're like, I can't fucking read that.
Yeah.
It's more of that, and so it's like
Like Miss
while you're
Durbin.
like saying it, it's like there's a. I see the word pocket, so it's like pocket iteration. It slides into it. That's what it is.
I got a pocket,
Look,
pocket full of time.
I can. Thank you. Okay. Give me another book.
All right, I'm gonna put a pin in this right now.
I believe
Yeah, I'm proud that you.
I
can
don't.
read.
We'll
Leonidas
revisit
is
this.
illiterate, and that is the price you pay
I'm
for
not
rolling
illiterate!
5 natural 20s last week.
You're illiterate. You're illiterate.
Are
for
you
this time.
fucking kidding me? He rolls 20,000 a week.
I know. I'm just giving you a hard time, Dan. It's so funny.
That's not true.
The chat is with you, Dan. What were you gonna say, Rick?
What about the Berenstain Bears?
There's
Cross generations.
there's a little idea about the mythog that working through the orrery, what we can do with it.
Can I pour them wine first? Can I pour them wine first?
Breakfast
I
wine.
think they would benefit from being a little libated, a little unctuous before they hear
What
this
is
news.
unctuous?
It's a word that I've decided means what I want it to mean right now.
I whisper
Alright.
everything you just said to Rek, to Lilith.
Let me give them a glass.
Go for it.
I'm gonna go to wherever we must have like a ye olde.
Yeah, you have a liquor cabinet with some wine.
I'm
and
going for the
old
age old
Cheshire
Franzia.
cheese.
Whatever the
Fruity red
fantasy
sangria.
sunset blush.
Oh, is there any other?
No.
Fruity red sangria.
Slutty red.
Oh no! If I thought that was what that is. The response of "Is there any other?" is specific to the fruity red.
Yes.
So it's the fruity red.
All right. The fruity red sangria.
Yeah.
Franzia is.
The well.
Franzia is actually a wizard who
an alchemist.
Yeah, an alchemist who switched.
You're a
up
wizard.
Yeah,
careers.
this is otherwise known as the migraine mix. I'm gonna basically
Not the migraine mix.
give a stein full of
triggered,
it to everyone.
Now, what means? What's the stat that lets you be drunk? Like what?
Constitution.
Oh, okay.
That's great for Lilith.
Well, good.
I hand it out to everyone. Okay.
All right. So
I'm gonna pause here.
Why are we drinking? It's like 8 in the morning.
To revive our spirits.
We just killed
We
a
just
dragon.
killed a dragon. Why would I need to revive my spirit?
Hold on. I'm gonna come clean here.
Hmm.
I can speak Goblin as well.
When did you learn such a thing?
I've always known.
Why?
And you choose not to speak the tongue of intellect and grace.
that honestly makes Ragnar like tear up a little bit.
It has been so long since I've been able to speak freely in the tongue of my people.
I haven't had a moment to speak in this language.
Is there a learning annex in Revan?
Yeah, we need a Rosetta Stone.
It's
or
a
something.
it's a beautiful tongue, is it not?
Very beautiful.
Oh,
Regardless,
marvelous.
Enjoy it.
I give you wine because
Oh,
I
yeah.
think it will. I think it will help get the. As I have learned, as you have told me, it gets the thinking juices flowing.
Among other juices, aye.
Correct. What do you mean?
Everybody has enough juices to make other people.
Oh,
you do.
what- oh,
No.
And
What
on
do
that
you
note,
mean?
Yara walks in and she like makes herself a nice heaping plate. She says, "Why is everybody talking goblin to each other?"
Oh, for those of you that don't know, Yara's pregnant.
Wait. We're doing all the announcements then.
Oh, I'm sorry. I feel like I told you all this. Did I not?
Give your
No.
wife a chance to.
Well, it's okay. You know what? I haven't even had my coffee today. I'll let you all start.
Wait,
do your stuff.
Can you speak Goblin?
No way.
Can you consume caffeine while pregnant?
You can speak Goblin, but I can't. That's not how that works, Dan.
Yara's literally a linguist. That's like her whole thing.
Yeah, she is.
Also, Yara, please don't drink
A
coffee.
cunning linguist?
Conolingus?
Shit, man.
God damn it.
It's fancy coffee. It doesn't affect it.
It seems as
Strong herbal tea.
Coffee of the arcane variety.
The,
Now,
the
please.
problem is not the drink; it's the caffeine within it.
Decaf. Decaf coffee.
Thank you.
Do you speak that tongue?
Of course, I speak the most pleasing tongue of all the languages.
A very beautiful tongue.
Very beautiful, very smooth and delectable dialect.
I'm sorry. I know it,
know
it
how you
probably
feel
doesn't.
now.
Oh, now
This
I'm
is-
back.
Seems very.
I feel
bad for speaking so much Draconic.
It sounds beautiful, right?
No.
You have to admit.
You
even
sound
though
like
can't-
you sound like razor blades and marbles inside of a cow.
That's a very unkind thing to say.
Well,
Very rude.
And at the same time, it seemed like you had that like cocked. It seemed like you had that ready to. Were you,
That
were you
seems like
thinking about
some stuff that you've been harboring for a little while.
You're talking about my insult towards the language of goblin?
Yes.
No, that was off the dome.
Do you have an issue with goblins?
I have no issue with goblins. I'm saying that I now understand how the rest of the group feels when we speak Draconic. And it does feel like you are all trying to say secrets without the rest of us knowing, and I don't like it.
How about, can I sort of teach you a goblin? I'll teach you.
I'm not good at learning other languages.
Apparently,
I'm
you're not very
dyslexic.
good at learning
I'm
your
a
own.
great teacher.
Maybe I
I can use pictures. Would you rather that?
I can read, right, honey?
Yeah. You read our vows to each other, yeah?
Oh, we did read our vows.
Are you sure?
Remember our vows? Do you remember our vows?
Yeah, you said something about upon every day, and this is I may hold you to this now because in your vows you said you bring a rose to me every day, and you could have been shirking on that duty. So
Now, the vows are until death do us part.
It's
he
true.
did die.
I did die.
So is that
Would
when
you like
were
to
with
put
now has your watch
Immediate.
ended, Leonidas? Is that
Wait
what
a
you're
second.
saying?
You've been
You're
served.
saying you're gonna, and she kind of like, actually like puts
Objection.
her fork down. She puts her hand on her stomach. Like, are you gonna leave your
No.
your wife?
Now, I think it's time for a vow
Hold on.
ceremony.
I would like to.
Tyler Veil that wedding he was wishing.
Hold
for.
on. What if we renew our vows?
You didn't even speak right there.
As I just said that,
Did you say that?
literally right before you,
You
said
said,
that.
what if we use
I
their
said
wedding?
time for a vow renewal ceremony.
I missed that.
What is
There
happening?
is a planet-eating dragon. We do not
And
have
that
time
is-
to talk about it.
Take a drink of the wine.
Cheers.
Drinking game, I
Kallias,
guess.
what did you have?
Yara
to
slides
tell
her
us?
wine over to Ryujin.
Talk to it.
I want to talk to the worm.
If you're pregnant, you can't drink wine.
I'm sorry.
That's why I slid it over to Ryujin.
I missed that.
We want to talk to the
you want to talk to the worm.
Yes.
Yes.
Because here's the thing. I think perhaps there could be other ways of using it, or rather, I don't know.
Working with it.
Working with it, precisely. But if we could somehow allow it to not continue to consume planets that have living things on them, or trap it.
That's a slippery slope.
Exactly. But this is why I at least want to talk to it.
To see if it is reasonable.
Because if it's not, then I don't know.
Oh, I agree. I think there's
Wait, if
advantages in finding out if it is reasonable. If there's another source that it could
For all I
consume for
for
more
all I
energy.
can see, since its creation some millennia ago, uncountable years ago, it was made without asking to be made. It was let loose without given any choice in the matter, and then was forcibly sealed without even the knowledge that it was being captured.
Perhaps it wants to cease. Perhaps it doesn't want to be.
Perhaps it's eating for some reason we don't know about, but we have the means to contact it from a distance safely, and I feel it would be... It could help us one way or another. It couldn't hurt us to try.
I mean, that's not true.
In what sense?
We are dealing with a thing that eats planets.
Yes. Correct.
That's all we know.
Oh boy.
We have the chance to find out more.
You know, sometimes I feel as if this group of people, this group of creatures, really, really wants to just go about our lives in this way of viewing very dangerous creatures
Excellent choice.
as just a non-existent dangerous thing. And I think sometimes
what we're saying.
I am not done speaking. Sometimes I think it is important to just get rid of it. I don't think we
if we
can
believe
destroy
that,
it.
then we would have had to have gotten rid of you the first day we met you.
Yeah.
You should have.
Is there such
What?
a thing as ye old gaslighting?
think it's gaslighting.
Fire
I don't.
starting.
I just think we shouldn't have. I don't
Leonidas.
think we should. I think we shouldn't even question it.
Leonidas,
Why are
these-
we questioning it?
Because things are a case by case situation. When we don't have the information, what if we went up to the thing and we tried to get rid of it and it ate us? You know what I'm saying?
My view on all this is obviously different than all of yours. So I'll let you all make the
No, that's
decision.
okay.
And I will sit here.
We
for
value your view.
For a point of context, Leonidas, please. I'm asking.
No.
I'm just asking you to look at it.
Here's the thing. My view on things is obviously different than all of yours.
No, but I'm just trying to put you in our shoes. If we hadn't met you, and we bumped into you somewhere on the roads of Cordia, cutting down slews of people, and we didn't know that you were doing so you could go find your family again, and we just saw you cutting down slews of people, what would we think of you if we opted by that logic? How will we react to you if we, at base, thought of everything like that? This is just a dragged, bigger version of what that is. Could be. We don't know. We have the means to find out.
I just feel as if every time we make a large decision, you all have the same mindset, and I don't.
That's
not true.
That's not true, but also that's okay. It's great
Well,
to
then,
have a
then
dissenting
I don't.
opinion.
I don't want to say anything anymore.
How did we get from point A
I
to
would
point
like.
B?
I would like to stop. Go ahead.
Let me put it
Finish
this
your.
way.
No. I don't want to
No,
be spoken
I'm
to
not-
anymore.
I'm not saying that.
I don't want to be spoken to anymore.
So you would prefer
Well,
we
then
did
I'll
things without
posit this to the group, and hopefully your ears fall on it. Having a dissenting opinion keeps us from a sounding board. If we all have a similar idea, someone who has a different idea allows us to take a moment and think on our own idea.
But my
and
ideas,
make sure that we're making the right decision.
My ideas are always taken with no. You all listen to my ideas like I'm fucking crazy.
What was your idea? You didn't put forth an
That
idea.
we should. I did put forth an idea.
What was it?
That we shouldn't talk to this thing at all. Why would we ever
Then what
speak to
should
this
we
thing?
do?
We should take it. We should decide where we're going. We obviously can't kill it, but we should take it, put it away, make it sure that it doesn't do anything anymore, and not try and speak to it.
It isn't as simple as that.
Well, then I don't know what it is. I'm obviously not as
exactly-
smart because I can't fucking read. So all of you should just listen for once to what I'm saying instead of a second I say something, just decide that it's wrong. I'm leaving. Goodbye. And I walk out of the room.
This was fun.
I look at Yara. Not that you're your husband's keeper, but if you'd like to bring him back here, we have heard his opinion. I think it is only fair to hear Kallias and Thinker's opinion, and then we can make a decision from there. I think perhaps he may have jumped to some conclusions that we were all in agreement with Kallias and Thinker when we were just hearing them out, just like we just heard him out.
We didn't really
Perhaps
get to start the discourse.
Perhaps it would be better heard from somebody like you.
You know him pretty well, right?
Yes, I do. I'll give him a moment to cool off. I think it's... He's in a place where he's being very protective.
I understand.
It's understandable. With everything that's going on and what has gone on. It all makes sense.
Let's continue while Leonidas cools off, and we'll deal with that in a bit. What is your proposal, since we've heard Leonidas's?
Through the orrery, we have the ability to mentally commune with an entity, specifically one that originated from elsewhere, which we know the Mythoka does. I feel as though, knowing my ability, I would be best suited for this form of communication. If I had to break it down to 6 stats and it's an intelligence-based check. So I was thinking I could be the one to do this, and we could ask it a number of questions. As dictated in this ritual, the questions cannot be answered in grey terms. They are yes or no questions. But if a yes or no does not suffice, oftentimes a few words are spoken. It's my understanding of the spell's meaning.
I plan on facilitating the activation of the spell, but it will need to be reckoned to breach the gap.
So, I was thinking we, as a group, if we decided that this was something we could do, decide on what we want to know, what we want to ask, and then after I receive those answers, I will relay them back to you, and then we decide next steps. But as it seems right now, the spell has a danger insofar as it can make the person trying to contact them a little bit unhinged for a time. But what I'm saying there...
What does that
Can
mean?
you elaborate on that?
Yes. It would, for example, if I attempted to do this and, say, failed the check, I would take a number of brain damage and then perhaps go insane for a while. But
Not too long.
not too long though. Just a little bit of
What's
time.
not too long?
Until a long rest. Hit me with the dimensional shackles. I'm out.
Okay.
Just a brief. It seems like bridging the distance between mortal minds and that of something greater is a
little.
is taxing.
Also, if it goes wrong.
If it goes wrong, to put it into numbers, I'm a math guy.
Get that on a t-shirt. Put it on a t-shirt right now.
If I had to break it down into numbers,
Next merge.
the DC would be a 15, and my intelligence save is a 14.
So you
I'd,
would.
I'd roll a crit fail and technically still be fine.
What do you mean by this rolling?
No, don't worry about it. I'm a fourth dimensional being.
Very meta, very godlike, you know.
Yeah. So, but that was, you know,
It's quantum physics.
it's quantum physics. So I explained that in a very scientific way. So it is very unlikely that I would not succeed in this endeavor. So there isn't any harm other than that I can foresee with this occurring, particularly if this mythog is at infancy.
And more to the point, even if it was to go south, it doesn't change our. It's
Our
not like
goals.
we're looking to contact this because we want to salvage this creature. If we can, great. But if it provides us with answers that are negative, then there's no. We go forward as initially. Absolutely.
What
Well,
answers are we hoping to find, though?
Hoping to find that there is maybe some alternate path to set this creature on. It hasn't been given the opportunity to do so, as far as I can tell. There's no.
From the little I understand, I feel as though you're being hopefully optimistic.
I am, openly. This is a resource we have to expend. It does not come at any deficit to anyone to do.
Sure, I'm just saying. I'm more just saying that I don't think that this is the basket in which we should put our eggs.
I agree.
Certainly not all of them, but it's a.
We don't
know. Close to the beginning of time, being that gnaws on, like, the fabric of reality.
It spent most of its existence in a box.
That makes it worse.
It does.
I think that I remember you saying previously, and perhaps this was above table, the idea of simply trying to reverse the ritual.
It is not that simple.
I think finding some sort of thing like that, especially going back and finding Garr-Gal-Onn's notes.
I absolutely think we still can, but I also don't think there's any harm in learning more.
It would at most take 5 minutes.
And I'm trying to tell you the solution that we have, I'm still willing to entertain, but in doing my reading, it is not as simple as I would like it to be, nor as on the more beneficial side of the line.
I think more my hesitation is that there's an energy about you two that it seems off, and we're having wine, and
yes,
I want everything to be on the table.
I am hopeful that there would be something better that this mythog could be bartered with or extended a hand to, because the idea of dealing with it, as you said, of reverting it back to a primal form, to an egg, enclosing it in something there will always be a cost to that, and
Starting to become clear what those costs are.
What are the costs then, if they're clear?
A lot.
simply put, this is no great cost. Well, if we do this, ideally with nothing, no assistance, the pieces of the orrery would be scattered.
Okay.
There's a lot of potential within the orrery's power to set things right again, fix things that have wronged you all. And we've only scratched the surface of its potential, so I'm not excited at that outcome. There is another.
Even just to keep it safe from the usage of other entities like
Garr-Gal-Onn.
It's better to keep the orrery on the ship.
And
than
exactly
scattered.
my point. The reason Garr-Gal-Onn could keep it, and why he waited so long, was at the cost of generations of my kin. And I'm going to explain in brief the Philosopher's Stone, how it functions, what's occurred, and the fact that I've found what is effectively the harvesting spot of my people.
So how does the need dog play into this? How does keeping it alive?
Exactly, that's my point. That would avoid any need to trap it, to keep it, to have me look on those crystals.
It's a slim chance, but
It's a 5-minute chance that could save me a great deal of pain, and I apologize for keeping that. But I don't know if I can return to the slim remainder of my people with crystals charged with their dead brethren and think on what I have to do there. So, this, for starters, is just a way for me to perhaps avoid that. If I can help this creature in any other way that doesn't involve taking that ritual, making first steps, I want to at least try. Because it has the potential, just as you said, to avoid the whole thing. But as you also said, that chance is incredibly slim. But I'd like to try.
My position is, yes, I'm okay with you of contacting it, because more information is always better. I'm still closer to a dissenting opinion on the rest, but in not a full opposite manner. I find it suspect.
What part of it is suspect? More so than you having the hand and eye of a dark entity on your body in our presence at all times.
I don't think that that's entirely necessary.
No, it's not.
It feels kind of defensive.
It is. Openly, quite.
There's a lot of implications in the orrery, and it's just something that it gives me pause, and that's all I'm going to say.
More so or less so than the hand and the eye?
I think that's a little childish.
Is it?
Because I'm not saying...
You stabbed him yesterday because of them.
I'm not saying that the eye and the hand were a good idea.
Okay.
I've openly said it wasn't the best. As a person who made a bad decision and is trying to figure it out, I'm looking at those that I find to be friends and wanting to help them perhaps not make bad decisions. Did not say anything completely concrete. It's just a lot.
I appreciate
I don't
your concern.
mean to interrupt, but I think we have our mindsets now. But if we do this and we learn more information, I feel like I can inform more decisions. And I don't think if there's no harm, and we can safely learn this information, I don't think there's an issue. I personally don't mind learning the information, but right now, as it stands, I still believe that, yes, it should be gotten rid of, but I can't fully make that choice without knowing everything I need to know.
Okay. Thank you.
I do wonder if the orrery, if there's a way to track what the orrery has been used for before.
Oh.
I wonder if there's a way to see if this ritual has been like a browser
Mystery.
Maybe we
Control
research.
Y.
Because that would define what it has been used for, at least recently, other than the summoning of this thing.
Time warp.
What other things it can
butt
do?
stuff. Time warp.
Is there any way for you to contact Eris? Perhaps. That is
Almost
a way we could
certainly.
see.
But it would be using the same methodology that we would contact.
I don't think Eris
Any
would possess
folk.
you and make you turn crazy.
No, I did actually speak with her briefly before.
When?
It was just a moment before we went into battle.
So you can contact her.
That was just me, though.
It could
It was
also
not
just
the oddity.
perhaps she could look through the iterations and see the orrery. If it's anything like these other pieces of Fate, where there's only one in all,
In all of
perhaps
time.
it can be tracked.
Well, in that instance, I'd almost rather just, as opposed to having her strain herself to reach across time and space to assist us here, perhaps once we return to the fourth iteration, we can bring it to her. Should it still remain in our possession?
We also have Hugh, who used a certain spell to find out about the Nick Dog. We could also use a similar spell, the same spell.
Also,
Contact.
I've also been here, and I hope you enjoyed my breakfast.
Doing dishes.
Looking at you like apron on, scrubbing.
You're like Janet from The Good Place.
Not a person.
Just
I love that.
What I'm thinking about is I've met a couple people in my travels before meeting you all. They have a ability to see the past of an object, like and they're part of a certain what's the word order of most of them act as bounty hunters or bodyguards or something like that. It's a special type of magic that they practice.
So there are ways.
We could perhaps find one, say, on, I don't know, maybe Fyrene, Brawl. I would assume at least one would be on Brawl there.
Brawl!
I met quite a few in only Cordia, so the odds that they're everywhere else is quite high.
That's not a bad idea.
But all the more reason why I'm a bit hesitant for the pieces of the orrery to be scattered across iterations. I forgot that there were only these. I didn't remember that.
Personally, if they're scattered, that means that they can't be brought together, which
Except
means they're less powerful.
They have. They were once before.
And that's exactly what led to the creation of those stones.
Okay, fair. My stance on the matter is, if I were in your shoes, I would want to know. Can we put the dimensional shackles on you before you do this?
Oh, I should think so. Let me see.
It wouldn't restrict your ability to. If I'm the one facilitating the activation of the spell, your hands.
The shackles prevent a creature bound by using any form of extra-dimensional movement. So as long as I'm sitting there, I can speak to something else. Yeah. Seems as though with.
Say it again.
Could the dimensional shackles be put on me before using contact other planar entity?
Yeah, dimensional shackles just keep you from moving.
Teleporting.
Excellent. So yeah, 100%.
I'd be fine with it if you did that, just in case.
Absolutely. I don't really want. But also, I'll be out of the suit as well, so there won't be any danger in that.
I would still like to hear Leonidas' opinion
know.
before
That's what
fully.
When Would you guys mind if I briefly went and checked in on him?
I wouldn't mind at all.
Pull a small vial of the like glowing, funky blue cap mushrooms back from the wilds of Fidicilas. Been holding on to this for a special occasion. I think now might be the time.
Go for it. I intend to speak with Megron because I'm assuming Megron took some of the dust from the ship.
Yeah, you guys gathered up I don't know, like a pound of the dust.
Hell yeah.
Can we put in the item identifier? Can we find out what it does?
The flesh?
Yeah.
Or the dust?
Yeah, so while you go do that,
Yeah, sure, you can take your new filament and see what you can 3D print out of it.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna make my way down to.
Yara's gonna go with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
You find Leonidas on the. What's the. Oh, gosh damn.
Front?
The front. Hold on. The front is the bow.
He can get there. He can get there.
The bow is the front, yes.
Aft, forward.
On the
bow.
bow of the ship, headed for a new land.
Just almost a little Titanic-y.
Just by yourself. Just
By myself, a little Titanic-y, eyes closed. kind of hands behind my back, letting.
Are you singing that to yourself?
I'm not singing anything to myself. There's occasional dad noises.
This is your shot. One of you has to. He's there, arms out, in front of the bow of the ship. One of you has to take the spot.
You're just.
It's got to be Yara.
That's what I'm saying.
It's funny is it's
But it would
also
be
the
funny if it
void
was
of space,
Kallias.
So there is no wind, there is no water sounds. It's just silent.
and then just.
Megron's first chance, and it's like.
No, in fact, I do indeed have prestidigitation learned, so I'm just gonna like
My heart will
through your mane, give you a little like.
Damn, if I was there, I would have created some sound with thaumaturgy as well. But sorry.
Thank you.
I cast Celine.
Did that
Dion.
Any good views out this way?
I'm sorry.
Any good views?
Any good views? I have my eyes closed.
Would you like to open them wider than you thought possible?
I'm not the biggest fan of heights.
Well, this might help.
What is that? What is that?
It's the
Fantasy
Fidicilas shrooms.
Magic the glowing blue shrooms.
We did them once.
All of us.
We did them once lying on a hill and had a great time.
Wow.
Well, I don't know if it was for us either. So.
I turn around to see. Who do I see? I see.
Yara.
Oh, look who it is.
There's enough for the three of us.
Oh, I don't think Yara should take any. I don't know what that would do to the child.
I, for reasons going on, I probably should pass on partaking of the fun. But I'll be your.
You can sit.
Your babysitter. Aye.
What will, Kallias?
Well then, do you mind if we come sit maybe?
Sure.
Sort of just sit in the ridging of the boat next to the bow. The foremast.
Full mast.
No, what's it called? The
Oh, the
forecastle.
The pillar is the
I believe it's the forecastle.
I will sit on the ridging next to the forecastle, back against it.
I'm very sorry. If you feel I have any point just blown by your opinions or your thoughts. It has never been my intention, though if that is the way I have made you feel, then there is nothing I can do about that.
In turn versus impact.
No, sometimes you spend many days and many hours searching for people, and you find them, and it's wonderful. And then you think it will all be over, and it just never is over.
Do you want it to be?
Oh. Every day. Not that I don't enjoy destroying a dragon. That was fun. I was flying in the air, pooping myself because I was scared of heights.
That's all I could think of.
That's true. But I just, Kallias, I hope that one day, because I truly think that you would be a good parent. I do. I think you possess the kind soul and the caring of those around you to be able to care for the creatures that you create.
I can care for these ones.
Well, it's like you're a parent already. Just another one that runs by itself.
I don't know if I'm as strong as the pair of you.
Ah, well.
To bring not strong enough to bring something into this particular worlds. It takes strength to do that, and it is not strength comfortably. It's not strength I think I have.
Nice on.
What the fuck is going on? Do you see why we disregard your decisions now?
He's
lost
the
trust.
thing fell out.
Goddamn. All right.
Guess what? There's an extra one.
Oh, thank you.
Do you want to go home now? With the orrery, regardless of whether we get rid of it later or not, with the orrery, Recognition and I can send you home at any time. Without thought or consequence.
I look at Yara.
Wouldn't even be an effort.
Hey. We've talked about putting decisions on me.
It's not a decision put on you. I'm just wondering your opinion. You are half of this partnership.
And I appreciate it, of course.
And you do have a little...
enough about it. I'm fine. I'm not fragile or nothing.
That's not saying that you're fragile. You push that out of you. You're not fragile at all.
Yeah, I'm made out of fucking steel. But would I love to go find somewhere back on Cordia and get a nice house, maybe some, I don't know, like close to a city, can't be far away, but I don't want to be in the city. But like somewhere nice. Of course I'd want that. Bring up our kids safe, relatively, where they can learn and grow, and but also I feel like there's a point where we are bigger, or there are bigger things than us. You understand?
I do.
And I would love for our family to get a chance to begin again and find a home and make a home. Maybe closer to my parents, because your parents are kind of rude.
Begin again how? How much?
What do you mean?
I don't think in the way that you think.
Wait, I
What
don't
does
know.
that mean?
What are you talking about?
I just have a feeling.
Oh. What did you mean?
Just talking big in general. Begin again in the town next door, or on a boat across the sea. How?
I don't need to.
Whatever would work for us. If I were to just manifest something, I'd love a nice, beautiful cottage, but like a big cottage, so I can be away from you a little bit.
That's
my
fair.
study, like maybe in the moors of outside of Revan. That'd be nice. Along a creek or a small river.
I do not want to leave you all now. That would be leaving you all in the dust of the things that you helped me gain. I wouldn't do that to any of you.
And I don't want to leave either.
But the second that thing pops out of her, we are leaving.
Make it like it's your decision.
Pops out.
When you have another child, I have already almost lost one. I do not prefer to miss and lose another one, or you again. When it is born, we will decide.
We will. Let's talk about it later.
Well,
That's us. It's our decision.
I
I'm
appreciate
saying-
that.
But now we've got what? How long?
I don't know the gestation. This is a Woody answer. I don't know the gestation for a Leonin.
Let's just say 9 months.
I'm gonna say 9 months approximately.
Oh, I didn't. We've got 9.
We got 6 days.
Are we talking about real lions? Because it's quick.
No, Leonin's age and do everything the same as you.
It's
how many?
What is it? How
It's
long?
110 days.
No way.
It's quick.
Well, it's 110 days plus some more.
We
Maybe
better
like
get
8
a-
months. I would say like 8 months for
8
Leonins.
Cordia months?
Yeah,
Oh, so long.
Oh wow.
Like that's more than a year.
that's like a year.
Wow. What is time?
Well, so
What the fuck?
I like hearing that you're not going anywhere quite yet. It was jarring the first time, and sending you home myself would not be on the top of my list.
That wasn't why I was angry.
No, I know. I understand, really, I do, but it is difficult to hear. I will be honest with you. It is difficult to hear you say things that we shouldn't consider the possibilities that something that looks dangerous might be otherwise inclined, because then what am I supposed to think, really? How am I supposed to go about my day-to-day? If that's how people from Cordia behave, how am I supposed to...
Kallias, I just think it's...
I know.
It's difficult. When you are making... Not that I'm making the decision, my love.
I'm glad you're learning.
But when you are thinking for not 1, but 4 total, you think differently.
I'm trying to think for as many people as I can.
I know. Kallias,
if it becomes clear through these conversations, through these questions, that this thing is not to be reasoned with, is simply just a force that will consume and consume, then I have no problem dealing with it. But what if we were to ask it a question and it had a family? We cannot know these things until we ask these questions.
Kallias, what if every creature that we've killed had a family?
Most of them probably did. If we have finally the power to ask these questions without causing ill to anyone in the process of doing so, what is the harm in attempting?
But we don't know that we won't cause harm by asking the question. We don't know. Look, the decision that will be made will be one that we come to as a group. And if the group consensus is that we would like to, I will follow the group consensus.
But your vote is to leave it well alone.
No, my vote is to figure out what to do with it without trying to gain anything from it.
We're not trying to gain anything from it other than its own opinion. We're just looking for information here in the only way we can.
I don't necessarily want that, unfortunately. It's not something I want. Sometimes I think a bit black and white. I would say a lot, actually. And sometimes I think of it as this is what we can either A, try and talk to it, B, not deal with any of its. It's dealing with a whole nother creature. It's dealing with a whole nother thing that has its sways on us. It has its sway on you, has its sway on me, has its sway on every member of this group. We don't know what it will think. We don't know what it will make us think differently. You and me both, Kallias, come from worlds in which we see something and its opinion and its wants, its needs can sway us in many different ways. It has to me, it has to you. Not that I'm saying that your want of that and yours and Racknick's want of that is bad.
No.
I'm just saying that what I think is wise is not to speak to it.
Fair.
And sometimes I get really upset because I hadn't eaten. But I should have eaten. Oh,
Understandable.
fucking Leonidas.
Just
Come
give
on.
me the wine. All I'll finish with then is by saying that I, just for myself, have to give it this chance to speak. Because I would want to be given this chance to speak.
I respect that. I respect, Kallias, your want and care for those you have never met.
It's something that I was taught by the people I'm currently traveling with. I did not.
But I think it's from just in general, everything. I think you go about it in a way that you view every creature and every entity that comes into our lives, regardless of what they've done before us, with a want to understand why. And that is not something you should ever give up. I think it is quite an impressive thing that I wish I had, and I don't. I'm too jaded. I'm too angry.
What does that mean, jaded? You are not crystalline.
True. Jaded means
I too am curious.
I don't. Oh. Yeah, it's just you know.
Jade.
You do have an entire device.
No, I know. What does jaded mean?
It's funny, you speak as if you do not have hope for things to be different or change, and yet you hoped the entire way through the first leg of our journey that we would find success. All you were living on was...
Oh. Sorry, go ahead.
All I say is all you were living on was hope that you would be right, that you would succeed. Because you had to.
I don't think it means either. Jaded, you know, just popped into my head. Jaded means you're tired and you lack enthusiasm in certain aspects. You get tired by the same thing happening over and over again, and want a piece to the continuation of chaos.
You want something different and new to happen. Something that would break that cycle of being tired. Permanently.
I don't want to die.
No, I would not. No.
What were you saying then?
Just stream of consciousness.
No. Kallias, you tell the rest that I am more than willing to let you all.
You could tell them.
I've got to sit up here and pretend
I
enjoy the height.
I understand. I will tell them your position.
I appreciate you both. I appreciate your words, kind friend.
As I yours. I hear you in a way that I was not able to hear anyone else to begin with. So do not give your own voice any lack of weight or importance. It has always held bearing. It will continue to hold bearing. And I refuse to let you talk about one of my closest friends in these many worlds in that way.
Thank you, Kallias. I think sometimes I just get... Do you know the word flustered?
I think so.
Flustered means just like...
It's when you shoot a bird in the wing with an arrow.
Yes. That is one definition of it. Another one is that you're just kind of everything kind of comes at once. Everything, everywhere, all at once.
This is the weirdest episode of Reading Rainbow.
I understand. Have a bite to eat. Have another drink. And I will come to you with what we decide.
It's looking likely we maybe chat with it. You maybe what? You maybe chat with it?
We might have a talk with a world eater, based on the way things were going.
You know.
If I can have a say, I think we should chat with this too.
Come on, love.
Rock hard.
And only because Kallias and I think Kallias, you make a very good point. It's
Keeper will want to talk with it.
of course, Keeper will make best friends with it. Want to ride it?
Yes, yes, Keeper.
But we're not letting Keeper do that.
Damn it!
We will be stepping in on that part.
That might be
Keeper has
Keeper's
her
decision.
own dinosaur egg anyway.
No.
Keep on wrecking it. We're just gonna.
I think
Here when Keeper was doing, Keeper was Jaegering a Korra's body across time and led us through a dungeon.
What do you think?
Where were you when that
See,
happened?
why do we question her?
What do you think about the
She's
name?
the ghost. That's what I'm trying to tell everyone.
But if I can finish,
What do you think about the name Lipa?
Lipa, that's a hard no, love.
How about Fleepa?
Fleepa, slightly better, but still leaning on no.
How about Seepa?
I think you should.
Okay,
take
I think we're just coming out with words that rhyme.
Well, if
I'm
you
not
got-
against the rhyming name, but
Look,
you got to
if you
figure it
got
out.
one name that's Keeper and you have another name that's similar, you forget them less.
I feel like you'll get a mixed
How
up.
you
more.
figure that one?
No.
What if
My
we
name
name
was
him after?
Garr-Gal-Onn?
No, fuck no.
Still team 6?
Sword questions.
We'll
What are we
talk
still
later,
teaming
but
six?
my point I'm trying to make, if it was me, and I was eating planets, I would want somebody to see, even if I couldn't understand them, I'd want somebody to see what I thought. You know what I mean?
I have to shout out in the chat the fact that you just referenced A, Between the Lions, incredible. But B, the fact that it's Between the Lions, fucking insane.
Oh,
Big brain.
Have to fire one off.
let me just tell you, Between the Lines is an outstanding.
outstanding.
That's on PBS Kids. PBS Kids knew what they were doing and they were firing all of a sudden.
I'll say it on stream.
Oh,
No, wait.
Are you about to say something my
wait,
sexual
don't do it.
awakening? Because I'm gonna need you to stop.
It was! No! It was gonna be about my sexual awakening.
You can't ruin Between the Lines for everybody on stream. Let's just do it after we're off.
I can't hold on
Much
longer.
Okay, well, most of you already know it, but I guess we'll
called
save that for
cliffhanger.
Bards After Dark. Find out what Woody's sexual awakening was. Hint, it has to do with Between the Lions.
Anyway,
Be in between those lions, man.
You could have said Atlantis.
see, there's no
Acceptable.
There's no
No.
any front. Those are puppet lions.
No, it wasn't one of those. Look
Tomato.
up sexy tomato.
I know
No,
exactly
that's
what
worse.
you're talking about. I knew what you
Somebody
said this
check his
before.
search history.
This is for Bards After Dark.
Yeah,
Anyway,
Bards
anyway.
After Dark.
Like I said, let's
speed,
leave it.
So,
Okay.
that's where Yara leaves it.
Yeah.
Back to the room.
Back to the room.
I'll follow Kallias back.
Bringing, coming back to the team.
I'm coming under.
Right in the veins, baby.
Welcome back.
So.
He-
He was hungry before. He's just making sure he's not.
You see, Leonidas has eaten the mushroom and has the munchies.
Did we take that?
I'm not gonna say no.
All right, whatever. Sweet. Yeah.
I'll remove from my inventory. Small vial of blue cat mushrooms.
Yep.
We split it.
Your pupils are really large.
What
So-
what happened over there?
We expanded our field of vision.
You guys are doing
Okay.
this like really interesting sway thing right now, and I'm trying to figure out where you're at.
Where we are at? What about when we are at?
That too, if you can figure that one out.
There is no
So,
figuring it out.
what conclusion did we come to?
None yet.
None yet.
So we can.
No, I mean the votes are
Yeah. So would any?
tentative yay, tentative yay,
I'm a hard yay.
yay.
I also I realized that
Yay.
insanity I was mentioning. If any of you have the access to the spell Greater Restoration, you can end that
Yay.
immediately. What? Do you have that?
No.
Okay.
Does
you're just
anyone?
happy.
Does anyone have that spell?
Doesn't
perhaps I do.
I was like,
doesn't
Hugh. Who does?
Hugh. Let's go
level?
fucking.
I think that's only a
Hugh
cleric
probably
spell.
does.
Hugh. Why?
Yeah, it's cleric and
The
paladin.
cleric and
Paladin,
druid
okay.
too. I think druids have it
Druid.
too.
Oh, then add another.
Wizards don't have that.
I think maybe a
There
couple.
actually
Maybe
aren't that many healing
It can
wizard
be
spells.
Artificer, bard, cleric, druid, or ranger.
I don't have it yet.
Wow.
But you have to be like a.
You gotta be a
like
health. I don't
caster.
have that.
Like you can't be just arcane.
Yeah, I don't know if Rittenhask is a high enough level. You could talk and I'll think about
All
it.
right, well, we'll do the dimensional shackles just in case.
Yeah, and then you can bring me to whoever has it, and I'll be like,
Okay. I don't see why we should delay this any longer. Then let's slap those
All right,
babies on you.
well,
and
first,
do you like being handcuffed?
Number one, do not like
Wreck?
the eagerness at which we are handcuffing me. But furthermore, before I do that, rather than just having to like off the dome some questions to ask a thing, what do we want to know?
I believe we get 5.
We get 5, and ideally, each question would be answered with one word, like yes or no or never, irrelevant, get wrecked, hyphen.
Get wrecked is.
Get wrecked.
Get wrecked is too.
Anyway.
Get wrecked is too. War.
What if there was a hyphen?
I think one question could be, is it your true desire to consume all that is?
Is it your true desire to consume all that is?
Leonidas just kind of lays on
Do
the
we
table.
do we all like that one?
Sure.
That's good. Good intent. Okay, what else? That's a pretty big one.
Do you seek to harm other life?
Do you
Hi.
would it be seek or desire again? So I suppose it's the same thing. Do you seek to harm other
Trying to
life?
check the boxes off in the thesaurus.
May I ask, why can't we ask it a question that will give it more than an answer of yes or no?
It would break the person doing it.
Yeah, that wouldn't be great for my brain. And I like my brain. It has apparently been quite helpful.
Your brain is very
We
important
like
to
your
us.
brain.
Thank
We
you.
very much like your
I
brain.
appreciate it, but
I mean,
no-
we like you too, but your brain is also.
Trust no. Oh geez,
Just
that was
like-
those were some
like
those.
fists oatmeal and
No.
puts it in
Fuck
your
the
mouth.
oatmeal. He's just like raw dogging the wine.
Just.
This is now Dan when he's high.
Or it's unshut pistachios.
Okay.
It's just the shells.
Is it your desire to consume all that is? Do you seek to harm other life? I kind of want to ask it if it wants to continue to be. Do you want to continue to be alive?
Do you want to continue to exist as you are?
Do you want?
We're talking that philosophy 101, baby.
Do you want to continue to exist as you are?
The actual question is, can you exist how
What
you are?
is existing?
Because we are beings
What is
that are both in time
as
and
you
space,
are?
and now that we're in a different time.
Is this as you are?
Can
Rittenhouse,
you
these
be
eggs
stopped?
are amazing.
Can you
Be killed?
Can you
something
please-
like that?
can you just like chill?
Can I kill you?
Can you chill?
Shoot me.
Can you retire somewhere and eat regular food?
Could you just eat like a bread roll?
Hey, Nipton. Relax.
Just chill. I have some mushrooms, bro.
Hang out.
I have a question.
If we shoot mushrooms
If
into it.
we ask them if we were.
Does Leonidas think he's speaking normally?
Yes.
His metabolism's increasing.
If we were to ask them this, if we were to put them in a box, that would feel okay?
What?
Excellent input. Thank you for throwing that spaghetti at the wall. I don't think it's stuck, but thank you.
Are you trying to ask if it will be okay being imprisoned?
I put my paw on your face.
Hand. You have a hand.
Wait, I do have a hand paw.
You do have a hand.
Wow.
All right.
Okay, so we have 3 correct
Yes.
questions.
Is it your true desire
Now
to
I
consume all that is?
I
Do you seek to harm other life? Do you want to continue to exist as you are?
I think his question was,
Would
are you okay
being in the box?
being imprisoned in, or sealed?
Would you accept being sealed away?
Probably not, but you never know. It depends on the.
It's a tough question.
Would you accept being sealed away? We have one more. Is it your true desire to consume all that is? Do you seek to harm other life? Do you want to continue to exist as you are? Would you accept being sealed away?
Would you give up consuming to explore the multiverse?
Would?
What if there was a question we could ask that wasn't yes or no, that was one word?
That's what all of these are.
These could all be answered with more than just yes or no.
Like perhaps how do we kill you?
Would you accept not consuming and instead traveling the multiverse with us?
Does it have to answer the question?
How do we kill you?
Yes.
I would posit changing the imprisonment question because I feel like we can kind of see.
The answer's going to be no. Who wants to be put in a box?
Offensed by that?
But you have control over the box.
You have control.
There's a difference
You can
between
get
being
in and out.
in a suit in which you have agency over and being
What if
in
there was a way to give that
suit that you wouldn't?
What if there was a way to imprison it that allowed it?
Agency.
I think no matter what, I don't think we needed permission to imprison it.
If there was a
if
way
it
to
comes
put
to
it into
that.
a demi-plane where it could consume freely, or where it was not bound, where it could
also
writhe.
What
free.
happens if it got out of that plane? It is no different than it is per current.
We're not wrong.
Okay, something I'm confused about. Does it consume planets to consume the life on the planets, or does it consume the planets just because?
We don't know.
Can we ask something of that nature? Because in that scenario, I'd be super happy if we could create a little place for it to exist where it just eats a bunch of stones. Great.
So do you want to ask a question that would be more than one word, where you ask why do you consume the planets?
Why?
We don't have to. We can ask questions that don't have to be answered with one word.
It's just a risk.
It's just a risk.
Do you consume... Rather, if we say do you consume planets for X reason, it's yes or no. Do you consume planets...
Why not leave it a little open? Do you consume planets
for carnal
for
embrace.
sustenance or for enjoyment?
Well, that's one word answer. Boom, boom. One or the other.
Septimus.
Do you know carnal embrace? I enjoy it. and
Carnal
it's a
embrace
state.
is the is the
boy.
Do you consume
It's a gathering
planets
of
for
meat.
substance or enjoyment? So that's 4. Is it your genuine desire to consume all that is? Do you seek to harm other life? Do you want to continue to exist as you are? Do you consume planets for sustenance? Sustenance. Thank you. I don't know why I autocorrected that.
Tenants.
Sustenance. Or
Sus?
Among Us! Do you consume planets for sustenance or enjoyment? Final question.
Wasn't it? Would you relinquish?
I was gonna say taking that question away more. It would be, is there a way to kill you?
What about and Leonidas picks
Does
up
it have to be
eggs
truthful?
and what else we got on this table here?
Yeah, that's another question.
Apples.
See,
Does it
We
have
picks
to
up
tell the truth?
Yeah, is it truthful? I grab Leonidas's hand and just gently bring it down.
What about
It
eggs
doesn't.
or apples?
Above table, the spell is described. You must ask your questions before the spell ends. If the GM answers each question with one word, such as yes, no, maybe, never, irrelevant, or unclear. If a one-word answer would be misleading, the GM might offer a short phrase as an answer. There's nothing in the rules text about forced truthfulness.
So it can say whatever.
That's
it
a
wants.
useless question then. So
Yeah. I also don't know if it. I don't also know if it has any particular desire to lie.
I don't even know if it has fucking reasoning skills
Yeah.
to begin with.
So this might all be for moot. Do you consume plants for resistance? Would you? I like the idea of would you give up consuming to travel and explore?
yeah.
Let's ask it that then.
Would you
give up consuming the physical to consume knowledge? Would you consume understanding?
Would you give up
What if it lies?
the physical?
It's
playing too much.
a short hop to
Hey.
the Illithids
Hey,
there.
hey, Wreck, Nick.
Yes,
if you want
it's
to eat
Nick.
a bunch of
Red
stuff,
Nick.
What am I saying?
Nick.
It's the last thing we need.
Red Nick.
Illithid
Okay,
dragon?
it's thinker
Caramorph
backwards.
World Eater.
Wait, has this really been your name the whole time?
Yeah.
It's thinker, and then you flip it.
Wreck, Nick.
Wreck
knit.
knit.
Wreck
Thinker begins with the
Nick.
T.
Yes, wreck knit.
and Kallias.
Or wreck, either one. It's okay.
Can it lie?
We don't know.
No,
We
this
don't
is
know.
why we were asking the questions.
But it's
You were
also.
doing your egg thing.
We're gonna get no answers from anyone else. The only person who had answers about this is dead.
We're going to ask this right now. But, Thinker, I want to make sure, asking these questions, will you feel satisfied even if the answers are not what you're looking for and we do end up having to go the route that Leonidas has suggested?
Yes, because that scenario, it gives more purpose for me finding my clan. I explained the thing I saw in the orb, in the scrying orb. We have to go find them. I want to go find them anyway. That's a more personal goal. I'd rather not get them caught up in this. This is a way to avoid that.
Okay.
And if you want, I don't know, I'm not, as you guys are aware, I'm not great at lying, so if you want to zone of truth me afterwards, because I don't know, to make sure I'm telling you exactly what he told them. If that's a doubt, we can do that. But I don't exactly think you... I'm not gonna... whatever.
This is reverse psychology.
Yeah. You know me, baby. 4D chess.
You tried to lie earlier.
I was about to say,
you were very terrible at it.
No. Not what he said.
You have to do this to understand lies.
Literally.
I don't think you can make lies.
Nobody said no. Didn't say that.
Okay.
Rolled back high.
Can we do this right now?
Yes, is it your genuine desire to consume all that is? Do you seek to harm other life? Do you want to continue to exist as you are? Do you consume planets for sustenance or enjoyment? Would you give up consuming the physical to consume information and explore?
Eggs or apples? What if it just goes, yeah, nah, bye.
I'd be fine with that.
Get fucked, nerd.
Okay, so if anybody is vehemently against this, speak now or forever hold your peace, otherwise we're doing it.
It can't be that bad of a decision.
All right.
Tempest runs up, it's like, no, I'm kidding. Don't do it.
I haven't.
She's alive.
All right. So I'm gonna hop out of the suit. I suppose we should go to the navigation room.
Is the navigation room is that also your workshop?
It's not anymore. I moved everything out. It used to be the captain's quarters, but then.
Are you going to do this on your own?
No. We're all coming.
We're all going.
We're all coming.
Like, wait.
Is this like is this the bridge?
Yeah, this is the bridge.
Okay. Understood.
So let's go.
Let's go to the
bridge. So I sit in the chair. All right. Who wants to? I mean, all of you can be in charge of the shackles if you like. Just make sure I'm not in charge.
Clomp.
I grab Leonidas.
Leonidas, how long does this last?
You grab Leonidas?
You heard what I said.
How long does this last?
How long does this last for?
I clap on the dimensional shackles.
All right.
Too.
I touch
and
myself.
I wink at you.
I'm going to begin the...
An hour?
I want to get out.
Thank you. The term of iterations.
You do?
I'm going to begin the ritual. I'm going to start charging myself and the book with my own magic to begin the ritual to... As you sit in what I imagine is the spell jamming helm.
Yeah, I'm sitting there.
Start channeling the magic through Reknit, having it resonate within Reknit's own magic, and then back into the book to begin activating for the first time since we have claimed its abilities, the full power of the Orrery of the Wanderer.
Full power.
And what does that do to us? How do we feel activating the orrery for the first time?
How you feel as the gears start turning, and not separately, but they have now finally congealed together to create almost a small, seemingly sentient organism. A pulse is let out. And that's where we're going to end.
You dog!
I'm a dirty dog!
You dirty dog!
All right, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us until 10 for our full 4 hours. I thought it was going to be a quicker session, but you guys were doing some RP, and I didn't want that to stop. So it's...
Yeah.
We also did some dicking around.
And some dicking around. I mean, us dicking around? What?
Actual
I just want to shout out
play.
everybody in chat and the raiders who came in. So like Red Samurai. I think it was D&D with me.
That's a great name.
I
really want It's a great name.
They came in and raided, so hello guys. And also, I believe that's all it. Again, it's Women's History Month, so don't be a turf, don't be an asshole, and
that applies to much more than just Women's History.
Yeah, that's everything. But
but also like
raise your fellow female identifying friends, family, cohorts, and community up. And that being said,
Come hang out with us in Discord over
come
the
here to
week.
the Discord. Do the bracket for March Madness. I just did mine.
Bracket.
And Lord Braun James is gonna be great.
Lord Braun of House James.
The player
I'll
who
stand
never
for the
played
duel.
in the NCAA. So
Should we give somebody a raid?
Yeah.
Let's give somebody a raid.
I know.
And we will see you all next week.
We'll see y'all
Tell
next
somebody you
week.
love them. And see ya.
Aww.